Here we go again. Here we go again. Checking with the comments real quick. If I'm too loud, let me know. And if you can hear me good, hit one for me. Real quick before we get started. Okay. We got a duck on the screen. Don't want a duck on the screen. You ain't seen that duck before. Just let his ass in. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I'll catch y'all's comments in a minute. Gotta get everything right. Bear with me. I'm human. We are not the same. I am a Martian. Go ahead and bring AZ in.
Yay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, all right. I think you're coming back through. I gotta check something real quick. I just heard you through the computer. I gotta switch over to microphones. This is why I don't like to do it live a lot of times, guys. I like to pre-record and then come back and hit you with the edited, so you don't have to sit here through all this. But you know what? You deserve to take the test. Let me see. All right, that's there. You still there, AZ?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, you are coming in through my headphones. All right, back to the comments. Boom, they're in. Coming fast. Let me start at the top. Show some love to the guys that got here first. And then we'll tear into this, man. I got a lot to say tonight. And I'm probably gonna piss some people off. I'm just gonna be real, man. Me and AZ have been talking about this, and I do not expect AZ to chime in on anything that he does not feel comfortable chiming in on. But I got some things to get off my chest, man. Got a lot of things to get off my chest, and this is pretty much how I'm feeling about it. People's feelings, man. I'm tired of caring about the next man's feelings because people really don't care about yours. They're gonna say what they want to say, push their agenda, get their word across, and you're supposed to just sit back and just listen like some little do boy. I'm not the one, man. I try to be humble and quiet and play nice and well with others, and that just ain't never really been a thing of mine. So I'm learning. I am 100% learning, man.
Yep.
Tonight we're gonna get real and raw, and I'm gonna get into it, and it's just what it is. Hate me or love me, but you gotta respect my honesty. And at the same time, you gotta remember this is just my opinion. Don't mean it's right, don't mean it's wrong. It just means that's my opinion. So right at the top, we got Mark Avenged Brown. Jay, okay, salute. Mark Avenged Brown with the $4.99 for the tip jar. Hey, thank you. You are appreciated. $4.99 goes a long way. Artie Devlin, are we back? Salute from Art from Trenton, New Jersey. Share this out if you can. JK, where you at? I actually got a notification you aren't here. That's the first for YouTube. Hey, you got to get set up. I'm not on my phone. I have a 1, 2, 3, 4 split monitor system in front of me. So I've been out back with the laptop, had to bring that in, hook that all back up. So it took a minute. All right. Deron Johnson, Artie Devlin, Chill Till I Die, Grimace, Bill Feezy in the house. Shout out to Bill Feezy. TJ Dr. Decay, Pablo Lopez, Skylar Fuller, and the list goes on and on and on. So what's going on, AZ? How you doing tonight?
Man, I'm doing good. You already know. How you doing, man?
I was gonna go earlier, but I seen that Ronnie and all them had went live. I think it was Ronnie. Was it Blue Collar Vet?
No, it was Ronnie, New Age, and Broken Home
New Age,
podcast.
Broken Home podcast. Okay, I didn't want to
Yeah,
mess it
they
up.
done a
I
lot
know
of
for
big
a fact
interviews.
you can never forget when you're seeing Ronnie. You know when Ronnie's in there.
Yeah,
Ronnie stand out.
yeah,
He's got
Ronnie's
his
my
own
guy,
sound and
man.
everything.
Shout out
Yeah,
Ronnie Blue
sounds like
Eyes.
good people. Yeah, shout out to Ronnie Blue Eyes. Clip that. Make sure y'all go follow Ronnie Blue Eyes, Scanless channel. It's a lot. Ronnie doing his thing, man. Something's gonna
Yeah,
grab.
but
Something's gonna grab.
he shows a lot of love with all the channels, so it's crazy. Like it's dope how he does it.
My homeboy Southside Frog. Anytime y'all see Southside Frog, let me see if Frog. Can I moderate him? No, I can't. I could block him, but that would be messed up. It's actually my homeboy from 1992, man. He was just at the house last week. He knows the
There we
real me.
go.
He's been around a long time, and he will tell you this is who I am.
Salute.
So what's up with everybody? What are y'all doing tonight? What are y'all getting into before I get into what I get into? Because what y'all are getting into is probably a good thing, and what I'm getting into is probably not. So, and I'm at home, so that means running my mouth. It's sometimes the gift and the curse, man. Somebody said, "What the Feezy? Bill Feezy in here, man?" If y'all don't know who Bill Feezy is, you go check Bill Feezy out. Funny, funny dude. When I'm having a bad day, I'll put Feezy on it. Just his laugh will make me laugh. See anybody in here you want to shout out while we're scrolling and waiting on people? New Age.
Salute, New Age.
Oh, I said New Age. Excuse me. AZ Ruction.
See, I saw one earlier. It said some. Oh, Az, do you have any other ambitions than YouTube? Yes. YouTube is a stepping stone. Just like a lot of people use music as a stepping stone to try and get to other bigger and better things. So, because I feel like there's a lot of other things that are bigger than YouTube as well. So yeah, I do plan on it. Just it's got to be the right opportunity. I'm big into YouTube, like content creators getting together and holding exhibition boxing matches, but it's really hard to get that going because people, when it comes down to it, most people don't want 500,000 people seeing them get knocked out or whatever it is. Like, so that's been hard to
I don't
do.
know. I'm a little different. You put $100,000 up, I'll let you punch me till you knock me out. You know what I mean? For $1,000, you can tie my hands behind my back. I'm being real with you. Knock me all the way out. I'll do the stiff deer. You know what I mean? I'll do the kicking chicken. I'll do that all right on camera for the world to see, for the right bag, man. But does anybody want to get knocked out on TV for everybody to see? No, they do not.
Right. And I think
I'm
that's
still
the
trying
biggest
to get the
thing.
sound right. You're double feeding. You're feeding through my headphones and through two other monitors. I'm afraid it's gonna mess up the audio. How does it sound on your end?
It sounds good to me.
Because we've had this issue before.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
All right, I guess we'll find out in the feedback. Get back to the end, and we all sound like Charlie Brown. Crippy92, yo Jay, you think you'll bring on Lockdown 23-1? I wouldn't have no problem with that. Josh is one of the GOATs in the game, been doing this thing a very long time. And to keep your head above water, to stay relevant, continue to make a career out of this, and push content, good content, not easy to do.
I would love to be
He's
on.
been
I
doing
would
it
love
for
to
a very
interview
long
him.
time.
I would love to
Yeah,
pick his brain a
absolutely.
little bit.
He's a
Mm-hmm.
guy that's he's got just a mental Rolodex of information. He's also responsible. I'm not going to say responsible. He's also brought a lot of guys to YouTube. I will
Oh,
never say he's responsible for anybody's success because you've got to, after that interview, you've got to go get it.
right.
You get
Yes.
what I mean? Like, you
100%
can't
agree.
be responsible for somebody's success. You can bring them to the light, but if they continue to shine or not, that's on them.
Yep. I agree. 100%.
See, we got
But he's definitely been the stepping stone for a lot of channels. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
he definitely put a lot of dudes on the map.
Absolutely. I took a lot of pride. And pride's a mother, man. I took a lot of pride in the fact that I didn't do the 23-1. And it wasn't because I didn't want to, it's because I hit him up and he never responded. And now looking back on it, I get it. When I hit him up, I was a channel with like 500-600 subs. So he's got channels hitting him up with 10, 20, 30,000, names that are going to pull numbers. So I get
Right.
why I didn't get that attention. But then once, boom, I took off, right there in the box. In the inbox, there it is. It was trying to come on, and at that point, it was kind of like an ego thing. Like, I got this far without doing it. Nah, if I did it now, then it would kind of take away from all the hard work I put in to get here. Then they, boom, put that stamp on me that you wouldn't have done it without this. And even
Right.
though me and him are really cool, shout out and salute to Def from Lockdown 23-1, not throwing no shots,
Definitely.
no way at all. I just felt like if I stood off and did it by myself, nobody can
Right.
ever say, well, I did this or I did that.
Yeah.
When you get used to getting things on your own and being on your own and making it happen on your own, you don't really want, you just don't want that.
Yeah.
And that's me at least, man.
Yeah. Hey, I agree though.
Got a lot of people
I
that
remember
tonight.
you told me that. I think the first time we ever talked on the phone, you told me that like what 8 months ago, something like that. 6 months
Yeah,
ago,
somewhere around
it
there.
was a while ago. Yeah. And I
Yeah, and
remember
for y'all
thinking
that
too,
don't
like,
know, man, me and
get
AZ, we wasn't always like doing what we was doing right now. It started off, to be honest, some of y'all know this, some of y'all don't. AZ used to get in my comment section and say some things that got underneath my skin.
it.
And he got in my comment section one time about something. Was like, why don't you never mention the situation? What, are you scared? And he put a whole bunch of E's in it. And the E's caught my attention. And I was like, scared? This dude thinks I'm scared. So I hit him up behind the scenes. And I said, yo, I think you got me messed up, man. Let's talk. And I think we talked about an hour that night, maybe, right?
Nah, I think it was like
And,
two, maybe even
right.
almost
And
three. I think we talked for a long time because I remember my phone was almost dead.
yeah, and I'm not a dude that likes to talk on the phone. There's very few people that can get me
Same
on the
here.
phone. And if you do get me on the phone, enjoy it, get it, do what you're gonna do, really indulge me, because after that, you might get the little text that says I'm driving the next 20 times you message me. But from there we kind of linked and we went good. I see let me go ahead and bring in the plug.
Oh, what's good? What's good?
My guy right
What's
there. What
good?
up,
What's good? What's
plug?
good? What's popping? What's popping? What's up, Jay? What's up, AZ? How
What's
y'all
good,
doing?
man? I see you. I
Yeah,
see
man.
Yeah.
you. You're coming like the Suge Knight of YouTube. The Suge White of YouTube.
Oh shit! The show. Like,
Oh,
Uh-oh.
did I make you mad?
Alrighty.
No, re-link to the hotspot, and he's back.
Oh.
I hope that's on. Please don't show your fellatio or your sack or nothing crazy. It says New Age Plug.
We've had that
I
happen.
got
That's
my
why.
own, man. I'm not interested in yours. I remember I seen the one live y'all did. Oh my god, dude! I was watching and I looked away for a minute and I looked up and I just kind of put my head down
Bro, it
and then
was
I heard you
bad.
go, "What the?" Yeah, man. There was some dude on there just straight getting money, straight to Pound
Yo,
Town, all by himself, beating his hand up.
it was
So
crazy,
just so
bro.
y'all know, if you come in here tonight, if I can't see your face, ain't happening. Ain't happening. You ain't about to set your balls on the screen. That ain't going on.
Plug, what up, dog?
hey, bro. What's going on, man? What's going on,
Hey,
Jay? What's going on, AZ?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I ain't got no complaints, man. None at all. I'm about to take these headphones out. See if
how's
everything
it
still sounds
feel?
the same.
How's it feel to be back home?
Oh man, dude, the weather. Man, listen, I'm a Florida boy. I stayed on the east, northeast for the past 6 months, and I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. It was rough, man. Waking up, going to work with that weather, bro. I'd rather be in the 100-degree heat. I got cancer spots all over me, even on my face from working in the sun in Florida, bro. I'd rather literally be that hot. I cannot take the cold. I don't know how y'all do it. Y'all, I give y'all a lot of credit. Y'all some tough son with guns up there for being able to stand that cold, bro. I can't do it, bro. Can't do it. I got my shorts on right now. You know what I mean? I can't do it. I can't. Y'all, I give it to you guys up there. I really do. You know, working in 20-degree weather consistently it's hard,
rough.
man. But on the other end, bro, working in Florida, bro, on a site or on, working construction or doing anything, even pest control, bro, I've seen people fall out. You know what I mean? And even Floridians, bro, not just like we call, northern people Yankees down there, but not even Yankees, bro, just Floridians, they fall out, bro. So
yeah,
I'm happy to be home. Yes. I'm back. I'm back to my element, bro. I'm back,
That's what I'm talking about.
Because my theory, bro, is the Northeast is more racist than the South, bro. The South, white people and black people, we're in the same hoods together. Like if you're poor, like I am, obviously, we're in the same. I'm around my people all day. In the Northeast, they have their like where I was at. I think the area I was at, which I was in Lehigh Valley, it was just too bougie for me, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. Dude, I'm in my element. I smell that fried chicken as soon as I pulled up. And bro, my neighbors are so nice. It's unbelievable, bro. I'm extremely happy.
Hey, you wanna know a crazy fact?
Yes,
As
sir.
soon as you come into Richmond, like when you're coming across the bridge, they have like the septic tank, like the big septic place. So you're like introduction to Richmond is like a giant steaming toilet bowl.
Yeah.
And I remember when I got out of prison, I was on the Greyhound and they were taking me to the bus station. I remember when we passed by that and I smelled it. That was what reminded me of home. Hey. Middle of summer, July 10th, it's boiling outside. We just drove past the poo factory and the bus windows are barely cracking. That scent comes in. It's like, home sweet home.
Yeah. Hey, my city's known for smelling bad too because we have Tropicana in Bradenton. It's a big plant, the Tropicana orange juice, and it makes the whole town smell bad, bro. And honestly, I love it, bro. Like you said, it might smell bad. It's like it's almost like you're passing your own gas, bro. You might smell bad to other people, bro, but hey.
Why did I envision it smelling like prison wine? Like the first thing I thought you said Tropicana was like your city smelled like a big bag of mash.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Like you smell it fermenting, you know what I mean? You smell that fruit fermenting.
Miles away, you can smell it all through the city, man. I'm not even lying.
So you've got a lot going on, man. You got a whole lot going on with YouTube, like the Puppet Master.
Someone else called me that, bro. But I had a troll call me that, bro. And the Puppet Master, I wouldn't say that. I think I tried to like, implicate what No Jumper did, making some drama, asking the tough questions. You did very well on your first episode. I got to give it to you, bro. You remind me of Adam 22, which you're a gatekeeper in this game already anyways. But that night with AZ, bro, y'all made a moment, bro.
What are you thinking, No Jumper? Honest opinion. Now I'm going to give you mine when you're done. So this ain't a walking you into a blind wall. Let's get it. What are you thinking, No Jumper?
I think No Jumper turned themselves into, now they don't need to talk about none because they have so much drama internally. They don't need to do topics no more. They are the topic. But I think it's a mess over there, bro. Honestly, he's definitely getting away from, because let's be honest, bro. When that podcast started, that was a majority of a blood podcast. He was, even Adam 22 himself has pictures with the rag. I'm not even lying to you, bro. He does. He's posted with the flag and all this stuff. He had all the artists that were blood. And then when he went and got AD, that's when the podcast started to switch towards, having it was more of a blue podcast, But now it's a mix. You got a good mix of nerds, street dudes, a lot of drama. Eventually some is going to get a lot worse than what has been going if they keep going. But he just interviewed a neo-Nazi dude. So
I've seen that.
I don't know how I really think about Adam 22, bro.
I've seen that. Bad look. Very, very bad look.
The business side of him, I got to respect. But his moral compass isn't the same as a lot of people on YouTube, man.
Absolutely. I think with something like that, if you're going to bring that in, you need to, especially if you have a diverse, set of races around you, you've got to go check. I know this is yours. This is your platform. You do what you want to do. But you've also got people you work around that are going to feel some type of way and look to you to kind of make the right choices at times. Bringing something on like that, like, in my opinion, the guy told his truth. I seen it. He spoke what he said. I seen clips of him. Let me reiterate that. But I think it was a bad look out of respect for the people around him. If you say you look at this dude like he's family, and you look at this dude like he's family, and I know your mom and blah blah blah, but I'm gonna bring on a dude that completely contradicts everything that I just said and hate you all. I wasn't a fan. I see No Jumper. Something bad happening soon, whether it be Adam getting beat up on camera, or something worse. It's coming. They're at war with themselves. And that's what happens when you put too many people in position. Everybody can't be the king. Everybody can't be the shining star on camera. And that's what you got. That's what I see. Is you got a power struggle going on. You got dudes going at Lush, and then you got the whole house phone, and then you got so much going on that get back to the content. Don't ever get off track of what brought you here. They started out, a lot of it was just with the underground rappers and reviewing people's music.
Yes,
remember all that?
Yes.
Going into the
Yes.
projects. And now every other episode, it's like, well, what'd you think about his rap verse? And what'd you think about his rap verse? And hey, why'd you punch him in the face? And what was up? Why y'all beefing? It's become one of those things, like, when you put too many dudes in a room, it's bound to go down. And every time you turn around, it's a new face in the room. That's where I'm at, man. It's either that or whenever, and nothing against the dudes that gangbang or whatever, but whenever you put them all in one place or start putting a certain amount of them in one building, I start watching. To think the feds don't watch, the cops don't watch, the YouTube police don't watch.
Yep.
They're not seeing what's going on. They're not snapping pictures. You would be stupid to think that.
Yeah, because
first time they see somebody get out.
Go ahead, Jay.
I'm listening.
I mean, anybody that doesn't think that, certain states, maybe not every state, but I guarantee you certain states have a specific police task force that is assigned to not just watching the prison content, but watching a lot of people's content. Because not everybody's grouped into prison stuff, but because they might not hashtag prison life or prison whatever, prison reform, some of those bigger hashtags, just because they put something else. But they watch everything. They're convicting people on stuff that they've done and said on the internet.
They're convicting people on things other people have said on the internet.
Right. What if you tell a story? Yeah, what if you tell a story that you just did 3 years ago? Let's just say you committed a crime, hypothetically, not you, Jay. I'm just saying anybody. Hypothetically, you committed a crime 3 years ago, and you don't know your laws and statutes. So you go on YouTube thinking that you did some cool ish, and you're about to go viral. Mm-hmm. And then you go ahead and you talk about a crime that is still within the threshold of getting in trouble. It happens. Yeah. They're going to get you somebody, because what if that could be the worst thing. The one thing you wanted the most for that video to go viral, that's the one thing you wanted most, but that could be your ultimate demise. Because now you went from 150 people seeing it to where it just gets brushed under the algorithm doormat, if you will, to all of a sudden now you've got 800,000 views, and the person that you committed the crime on is like, yo, that was my house that he robbed and took all my stuff. You know what I mean? So you run into that. So the one thing you wanted turns out to be your demise. And it's happened. It doesn't happen all the time because not everybody gets on and goes viral. You can tell the craziest story, but if you don't tell it right, it don't mean nothing. Nobody's gonna watch it.
See,
nobody's
the thing
gonna
is,
care.
you gotta. It's like putting a cake together, right? You have to have the right ingredients to make it turn out right. Now this guy can look like sugar, but end up being salt and mess up the whole entire thing. And I think they got a whole lot of salt going in the cake right now. And in the future, I think we're going to see a new product. I don't think it would be nothing to be like, let's be real. You get invited to go to No Jumper tomorrow. You going to No Jumper by yourself? Would you feel comfortable walking in No Jumper by yourself?
I'm least bringing a couple. AZ is one of them. I'm bringing AZ. Yeah.
That speaks volumes. Would you? All right. Okay. Do you going to have to? Do you feel like you need to take somebody with you to go on the Howard Stern show?
No.
Hell no.
Do you need to take somebody with you to go see Jimmy Fallon?
No.
Why do you need to take people with you to go to No Jumper?
Because they have a reputation. And
Thank you. And
another thing too, AD is the backbone of that.
Mm-hmm.
That show. They lose AD.
Yeah, big shout out to AD. AD is probably one of the. And nothing against nobody. AD has definitely put in his work, and he is 100% solid.
Yeah,
I give him that. I think he's a good person. I think he's good on camera. I think the way he portrays himself, he's the same person off camera. But when you get wrapped up in it, you're all just grouped. You know, when they start slapping handcuffs on good, bad, evil, good, none of that matters. It doesn't matter what your personality is. You're all going to fall. Once they start handing out charges, God forbid, or they rush a building, everybody there goes. Everybody there goes and will sort you out in the end. And I just hope. I think one of the other big things is Adam is in too deep and don't know how to say, all right, you know what? This is my shit. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're cool. You're fired. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think he's kind of at one of them points where he's got to let a lot go and get back to the basics. Because, like I said, once you get too far away from why the people started to love you, they'll start to hate you. Nobody want to come watch grown men fight all day. It's entertaining for a little bit, and then it gets old when every episode becomes the same thing.
Yeah, I try not to make that that's kind of like every fourth episode, you know, like you really don't want to you really don't want to make your you know your product based on like fighting, bro, because it's going to bottom out. I like what you said about the beefs too. Like, you know, you made it very clear when it comes to beefs, bro. Do it like how hip hop is, bro. Don't side with, if you got two homies that are fighting, don't freaking side with one of them, bro, because they're gonna end up being cool again. And then you were just sitting there looking like, oh, how many times has that happened in YouTube? Like, I don't have, you know, a lot of friends because of that, because I sided with somebody else, and then now they're cool though. And
even if they're not your friends, they ain't even got to be your friends.
Yes.
Always, here's what I'm gonna tell y'all, and anybody that's watching and wants to try to make it in this game, this is what I'm gonna tell y'all. This is a job. Once you start seeing a bag, you start seeing a check, your lifestyle changes. This becomes a job. These guys you see on camera, these other content creators, they are co-workers. If you are the guy that is constantly fighting with all the other people on YouTube, it's only a matter of time before somebody's got to take a loss. Are you really willing to sacrifice what you've got coming in? Say you're making 6-7 figures a year off YouTube. Are you really willing to sacrifice it every other week with arguing with somebody? Because at some point you're going to lose. That's just how the game goes.
I'll tell you this right now. So, like, I would go at a lot of people when I first started my channel, you know, because I would see stuff that I didn't agree with, you know, and I would speak on it. And, you know, sometimes I did it in a different way, you know. So with that being said, when I first started talking to Jay, and I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure you can vouch for this too. And I think I told you, like, and Jay made me think about beefing with people all the time.
Yes, you've mentioned
like,
that.
I was like, man, like, I thought I was just doing my due diligence by calling out the goofies or calling out the fake stuff, but really, it hindered my growth for a period. And then once I stopped doing that stuff, you know, stuff started to, you know, change. Numbers started going up, because then you start basing your content around drama. And then once you base your content around drama, there's only a level most people like it seems like a lot of people want to see negative stuff, but it's not
Yeah.
as much as when you're giving a lesson or like you're giving something that somebody can use as value. It's a little, you know what I mean? Like there's a different level to it. So yeah, man.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Another thing too is a lot of this stuff. You know, Az can contest it. A lot of behind the scenes stuff. We've done put a lot of work on getting videos took down. Like, you know, we get in contact with trolls, get videos took down. Two people arguing instead of going on a live. Some of these street dudes, you can't get them on a live, bro. They're gonna crash out. So if we can get them to squash it behind the scenes and then have the conversation on the live, we've done that a lot too. And then yeah, bro. Bro, it comes with it. I realize this. It all comes with it, bro. You gotta know how to move.
You've got to learn to. It's not pick sides, man. What I do is I come to base my own opinion on people, and I try not to let others influence how I look at people. Like a talk show host is going to have you on today and me on tomorrow, but he's not going to treat either one of us different because he's got a job to do. I've got a job to do. If you two guys don't like each other, guess what? I've still got to get along with the two of you because I've got a job to do. That's the difference from when this is just a hobby for somebody and it becomes a career. And it'll make sense. What I just said will make sense one day to some people that if you make it in YouTube, it will make sense. There's the hobby stage where this is fun. We're doing this. I'm experimenting. And then there's, damn, I could go buy a new Benz with the check I got this month. Not boasting, stating facts. Once you switch from the hobby to that level to this was fun, I could put my kids through college, you start to carry things differently on here. You start to look at it differently. You start to look at the chances you take. The guys you would usually argue with, you're not going to argue with them no more. I'm not going to engage with somebody with 300 subscribers, 5,000 subscribers, 10,000 subscribers, because in no way, shape, or form can you bring, first of all, what I can bring to the table? And that means that you're not willing or do not have what I have to lose.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got to kind of be that dude that knows how to get along with everybody. And even if you don't like somebody, you still got to sometimes do what you got to do to have that conversation because that's what we're here for. And you'll learn that going forward, man. I think
And
you are
I've
getting
been
that.
doing that
I told
now.
AZ that. I told AZ that in the beginning.
Yeah. I compare you to Jay-Z, bro, because you might not go at somebody, but you do one hell of a good job of hitting with some subliminals. And
My
it might not,
subliminals are nasty.
bro. Your subliminals are disgusting. Listen, it might not be the video. it might be the bars in the beginning of somebody else's bars, or then you might put. Dude, another thing you do I like is you had recently you've been doing it is you'll bring a topic into the video and you won't even put like a tag into that. You kind of surprise us with the topic. I love that.
Yeah, because I don't like them to say I'm clout chasing.
Exactly. Yes.
If I hashtag somebody's name, I hashtag boom boom, or hashtag boom boom, then it automatically goes, he's clout chasing.
Yep, every
You know what I
time.
mean? He wants that person to see it. I'm not even gonna put your name in it. I'm not even gonna. I'll talk about you in it, but I'm not gonna put your name in it, or I'll subliminally speak it. I'm not gonna put you in the headline because I don't need that. If the day I need that, I'm no longer doing my job as an entertainer. The day I need that, I need everybody else.
Yep.
And I was interested in seeing how this podcast would work, man. Dude, I'm impressed with your Mike A ability. Like AZ's a Mike A too, but with this podcast, you're obviously the Mike A. And man, you killing it, dude. Dude, you honestly could do it by yourself. So you bringing AZ on, bro, it makes it better. It does make it better. But the way you have it formatted, bro, you could do it by yourself too. Like you remind me like academics, he could just sit there and talk, bro.
Right.
Just,
right.
But you're hitting with you're obviously Mike A, and then you're
all right, y'all guys haven't met New Age Plug. He's done for the night.
Oh man, my bad.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
listen, no. What makes it you and AZ good?
I'm just joking,
great. AZ, yeah, it's obviously your guys' past. A little bit of trolling, a little bit of nothing serious. So it was never nothing serious between you two, right? I actually came in right when you were talking about this.
You talking about me and AZ?
Yeah, it was just comments, right?
Nah,
Like it
nah.
was nothing
It
serious.
was all good fun. He had a situation going on with a dude he had for years that I knew, and we just had never spoke about it. It was one of those situations where I was just still shocked that it was even a situation. And he would bring it up in
Oh
my
yeah,
chats, and I would be
I know
like,
you talk about. Yeah,
I'd be
yeah,
like, why are you bringing this up in my chats? And I'd be like, time him
yeah.
out. But I would never time him out. You can't say I never timed you out.
No,
I would
never.
let you talk your talk.
Yeah.
I let you talk your talk. And then eventually I was like, let me get a good look at his name. Yeah, I gotta hit him up on Instagram. We gotta talk. We gotta figure this out. Cause he's got me in a category I don't need to be in. I don't belong over here. This ain't me. Like I'll start pulling up my criminal records and shipping them out quick, fast, in a hurry. And you can see that's not how I get down.
And another thing, bro, if you were on that, so Milk was on that show, that Jubilee, I think it's Jubilee show, where he was the only white guy, and then there was multiple African American gentlemen, and they had to figure out which one was the white guy. They won't figure out if it was you. I'm gonna tell you that right now. There's no way by your voice that they're gonna figure out that you're white, Jay. There's no way. There's no way.
Who's that?
That show, bro. Listen, it's gonna be listen. It's a viral show, and Milk 74 was on it, and he was the only white guy, and the rest of the guys were black guys. They put blindfolds on. Everybody puts a blindfold on, and they eliminate.
Oh, that shit was funny.
Bro, Jay Williams is gonna win that too.
How
Milk
do I?
won.
How do I? I don't get it. I do
Yo,
not get
no,
it.
okay, so look,
Like I don't
they take,
understand. How do I
so look,
sound? Like
look,
explain
they
to me
took,
how I sound because to me I just talk.
Well, because you're from the East Coast, right?
Uh-huh.
And I think it's the hip hop influence because you remind like you kind of it's the cadence, it's the Philly cadence.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily the words you talk. It's just your tone of voice.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get you could get, I guess when you get a little bit of, like when you were just saying a minute ago, when you're getting passionate about something, it comes out a little bit more. But yeah, bro, not that you talk black, but they're not going to be able to tell if it's a white guy or a black guy. I'm telling you.
No,
You're
I'd
right.
agree with
You know
that.
what I mean?
I'd agree with that because I watched the I think it was a Jubilee or something like that. Is that what it
Yeah,
was?
yeah, Jubilee. Yep, you got
I
it.
watched
Yep.
that and that was actually really entertaining, man. It was cool to watch. And a lot of the questions they asked, like right out the gate, like I grew up in a diverse community, like a really diverse
Yeah.
community. And we grew up with less. So, I mean, at the end of it all, I think I would probably end up, everybody would probably think I was the poorest black guy on the show. You know what I mean? For real. Like, they would end up thinking, like, that dude is straight out the gutter. Like, we can go ahead and he can chill with us. He's good. But that's what's up. I don't think I sound anyway. I
Yeah.
think I sound like myself. This is how I talk. There
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
times when I get caught up in the moment of like telling stories that I'll go back more into who I used to be. And when I do, like that side of me comes out and I speak more
Me too.
like who I was in that moment. And my wife will catch it. She'll be like, why are you talking like that? And I'll be like, talking like, and then I'll catch it. It's like it's me going back to who I was. So I've got to replay who I was. I talk the way that I did when I was in those moments. But these days, this is me on my grown man shit. This is how I talk. I had to talk with a gas station clerk earlier, not far from my house, and he seen the stickers on the truck and stuff. And he was like, I knew you weren't from around here. And I said, yeah. And he was like, A, because of your accent, and B, you drive a giant tiger striped Hummer. So you kind of stand out.
Yeah.
Brian
Yeah,
Tam
bro.
said, who says he talks black? Everybody. He gets it. He said he sounds like he's from Philly or New York. Absolutely. I have
Yeah.
a southern accent that has been twisted with a northern accent. Then you got to realize I lived out in Illinois for a little bit. So I'm kind of messed up. I've got a combination of like different state, like you know what I mean, different states twisted together.
Yeah, it comes out of me too, bro. Like if I'm at Publix and I get in a little bit of a tussle, dude, you'll start hearing me sound like 1090 Jake. I'll be like, come on now, you stupid ass shit. Let's run that shit, dog. I get all, you know. I was that adolescent white boy that said the N word a lot. Not the ER, obviously, but my group of people allowed me to say it, which I wouldn't even. If you go back in time, I wouldn't even took their pass. Don't even take the pass, bro. Just be respectful. You know what I mean? And It is what it is. I talked about that a lot, though. You know.
Right. It's a judgment thing. That's what it is at the end of the day. It's a judgment thing. Like at the end of the day, if it really boils down to it, like when it comes to YouTube, I wouldn't be black enough to be with the black dudes, and I wouldn't be white enough to be with the white dudes.
Yeah, me
So I'm
too.
over here on Jay Williams. Let's have life doing my thing.
Yeah,
Right?
we
And if
human.
you're rocking with me and you're in the middle like that, and you can do that, then that's what's cool, man. I'm not here to. I don't care about none of that. I really don't. Treat me with respect. I'm gonna respect you, um, and that's where we'll keep it. Outside of that, then if it goes outside of that, then we take it off YouTube. We don't talk about it on YouTube, of course. I've seen that way too much, even with other beefs I've seen on YouTube, right?
Mm.
Um, and y'all can read in between the lines of other YouTubers that have beefed in the past. I stayed out of them. I stayed out of them because I felt like no matter
Yeah.
what happened, I feel like no matter what happened, you get away from the whole point of it all, and people start looking at you like you're choosing a side. You know what I mean? Like these days, it's like you're drawing a line in the sand, and it's not a line that's right or wrong. It's a line of him and him. And I never wanted to be drug in any direction. So I just sit back and just watch. Do I say things sometimes subliminally I shouldn't say? Yeah, but that's me screaming on the inside because I can't say what I want to say. You know what I mean? So just a little bit of it weasels out every now and then, if that's the right word, or weasels ain't the right word. I don't even like that word associated with my name. A little bit of it like oozes out. It finds a crack to come out of in a subliminal message just because it's been eaten at me. But it's never malicious, man. It's never meant to attack anybody. If it was an attack, people would know. If I don't like you, you know. Like by now, people have watched enough of me on YouTube to know who likes me and who don't like me. And you know if I like them and I don't like them. But I'm not big on the getting on here and beefing back and forth, man, because I've seen the outcomes of beef, and I've never really seen it like what it is now, where people can just argue and argue and then argue some more. It's not what I'm used to. I'm used to beef leads to tragedy, beef leads to handcuffs, beef leads to hospital trips. So this is new to me, man. I'm enjoying
Virtual beef. It's a
yeah,
safe
it's
beef.
it's
Hey,
awesome. It's
It's safe.
awesome.
well, check this out, Jay. So when I would make those comments, it was because I was new to YouTube, right? Um,
Hmm.
like I didn't know there was a prison genre. None of that. Even when I made my channel, I didn't know that it was its own genre. Um,
Hmm.
so I was ignorant to other politics in other states and whatnot, you know? So
Hmm.
I'm thinking that like a lot of things are supposed to be the same where I'm coming from, right?
Hmm.
Paperwork, etc. I thought paperwork was a universal thing. I didn't know until later on. So when I would come and I would say stuff is because we were going at that individual and you know, the whole thing. So it was one of those things where like at first I didn't understand, you know what I mean? So I would
Hmm.
come and make, you know, certain comments, but I didn't understand how it went necessarily in other states. So when stuff got broken down, you know what I mean? Like when we talked about it and stuff, it was it
Hmm.
was different, you know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah, it's way different because you didn't know.
yeah, you start to
You didn't know.
learn
You were just
how.
going off of what you thought, you know. And I can't fault you for that.
But yeah,
My bad. I'm trying to send out the link. So
Yeah, bro.
what's next, New Age? I know you got some tricks up your sleeve. I ain't trying to steal nothing out your book. But what's next?
I don't know, man. I feel like the
You
more
seem
time
like
goes, yeah, the more time goes by, less people that it's getting harder to do. I feel like it's getting harder to get people in. I've had a lot of people, you know, call out on me. I've only had it one time where I set up a live and the guy didn't show up, which I think he's going through. He'll be back on YouTube. I just think he's going through some stuff. Shout out to DOC813, by the way. That's who that was. But I think he was just going through some things. He'll be back.
yeah, I
Um,
talked to him right after that.
oh, you did? Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't get into details, but I talked to him right after he
Yeah,
was supposed to come on.
it's something.
He
It's
had
not
some
so.
he had some
Yeah, yeah,
personal
yeah.
stuff.
Right. So Yeah, he's from Tampa, so I gotta tap in with him. He's from when it comes to the genre he put on, he put on for our state. I don't know too much about his other stuff. I know one of my mods, Mike D, doesn't really care for him, but I'm not gonna get into that right now. Let's stay positive. But yeah, man, we got all kinds of stuff coming up, bro. I want to talk to AZ about this, but I'm trying to get do an interview with Gangish at the end of the month. Poetic Flacco we have next Friday. AZ, Poetic Flacco from the No Jumper podcast, which he is. I don't know if y'all seen his politics, but he is a pro snitcher. So if you asked him that question, the famous question, he would have told you from the jump. He calls the cops every day, dude. He's like a little Charleston White, But dude, Poetic Flacco is crazy. His titles he had one title. It was I don't know who it was, but he's like, lock him up. Like he was saying, lock him up. And I'm like, what?
Do you think he sincerely means it? Like, is there proof to back that he's actually done that? Or do you think it's like the shock value of it and he's doing it just to like get people's attention and get views? Do you really believe that he's...
This is how deep it gets. This Poetic Flacco dude doesn't want to claim Philly to the point where he is claiming North Dakota. He's hiding.
Hold on, so past. He's from Philly?
Yes, sir. He is from Philly, and he refuses to claim it. Most of his life was in Philly. Something happened. A lot of people, Whack 100 said there's paperwork, but we can't believe anything.
If he told in Philly, he can't go back to Philly. Philly will lay you down. Philly's one of the places that, and if any of my Philly cats in here, y'all tap in 215 in the house. Philly's one of them places that if you're telling on people, you got to move. Like you can't still stay on the block. They still stand by that no snitching code where like legit you're blackballed in the neighborhood. They will take your head off, man. They will lump you, slump you, run up in your parents' house. They have a big no snitching code out there. And it's one of those double-edged swords where, a kid gets shot or an old woman gets robbed and everybody's like, I ain't see nothing. You know what I mean?
Well,
but at the same time, if there's a guy out there that's just telling on anything and everything, they're gonna handle him too. Philly's just like you see it. I remember when I was out there last time I was out there, that's when they really started spraying the stop and then snitching underneath it on stop signs, like plastering stickers on the side of the SEPTA buses. It's a big thing. So I could say, and I don't even know who do this, so I'm not, there ain't no shots.
So but, now that I'm not there,
I would claim North Dakota too if I was from Mount Philly and I told on somebody.
Yeah, exactly. And now that I'm not there no more, man, I was staying in the heart of Allentown, bro. I don't know if you know much about Allentown, bro. That's the trenches. That is the trenches, bro. And right before I left, there was I think 8 people got shot in Philly, and I think 5 died over a weekend. So Philly's outside, man. It's active.
Very active. Very active.
Yeah.
And you get it, and it ain't just the young boys either. Like the youngins have always been wild out Philly, but even the old heads that grew up there, like the dudes that are in the 40s, 50s, 60s, they came up in a rough time too. So they're not exactly the guys you want to run up on and start running your mouth to either. Like it's not like out a lot of places where your average 50-year-old man is like, go on somewhere, leave me alone. You run up on a 50-year-old out Philly, he grew up in Philly. It's a good chance he'll you know what I mean? Tighten you up and get you a free trip to the dentist.
Right.
Somebody said we got a troll in here. Where you at? Let me find you. I'm troll hunting. Give me a second.
The troll
hunting.
Yeah, there's what's crazy is content creators as trolls.
I'm gonna give him one more. He knows who he is. I'm gonna give him one more. I'm gonna let him hang himself. Give him one more before I slap his stupid ass and send him home.
I wonder if it's Barry Wood. Let me see who it is.
Nah, it's not. I got an idea who it is. It's a clown, but
hey, Barry Wood be cracking me up sometimes though.
There's a difference between funny, there's a difference between funny and just obnoxious, man.
I'm gonna take y'all outside with me, go smoke a blunt, get a black ready.
Yeah, I got a couple more people I'm dragging in real quick.
Yeah. I want to touch something on with y'all too. 1090 Jake was on Zebby's live last night.
I seen that.
He said, "Did you see a lot? I don't know if y'all seen a lot of what he said, bro. He said a lot. He said a lot.
Oh,
needs to be said.
Yep.
Nope.
And then when we
It
got
needs to
off
be
the
said.
live, bro, we chopped up for another hour off the live. So he really was, trying to, just like you, Jay, it reminded me of that. He was given a lot of game.
He's somebody that I seriously misread. And I'm going to say why I can say that in my defense. I was wrong. And I'm man enough to say that. Like, I've been taught if you're wrong, say you're wrong. I was wrong when it came to the whole 1090 thing. And it was because I had never seen, he was the first of his kind in my eyes. I had seen many, many, many men claim to be blood and go through the process, mobbing with them dudes, and then get to jail and just get demolished and destroyed. And I had never seen one actually come out on top or to actually be able to hold that title. And when I heard him say it, I'm like, I done heard this 100 times, man. Impossible. So instantly it like planted the seed of doubt. When you've seen guys like go in a cell and just get smashed out, and then they come out and they're claiming blood, and then they get to the system, they get to prison, and the big homies are like, nah, it ain't happening. And they smash them out, and then you get out of prison and you hear somebody saying that's what they are. It makes you like, nah, hell no. I've seen this too many times. Ain't gonna happen. And then when it came back that it was true, I felt stupid. Say it for what it is. I felt stupid. And then the more I watched,
Yeah.
dude, I said, yo, me and this dude have more in common than we do that's disalike, man. And I judged him off of something that I shouldn't have judged him off of. When he got to talking about the nightmares, and these are all things that I'm very familiar with, and the incidents and being in dorms by yourself and like having to go do this and do that, like these incidents I'm very familiar with, and I could relate. So I saw a new side of him. But was I wrong for judging him before I even knew who he was? 100%. And I'm man enough to say that. And if you're watching, I salute you. I'm sorry, and I wish you nothing but the most, man. Best of success, man.
Yeah, I apologize to him too, bro. I really, honestly, I think AZ even said it too. Like, bro, he's actually down to earth when you get a chance to actually chop it up with him.
Yeah.
I seen that.
Definitely.
And what y'all had going on.
No,
With me and
he's
him,
pretty chill.
we have a lot of the same problems. Not to say y'all don't, but we have a lot of the same problems.
Yes,
When it
financially
comes
wise.
to money and friends and the way we have to move, the things that we can do and we can't do.
It's lonely at
Very,
the top.
very relatable, man. Like friends I'd had my whole life, I'd known since kids. I got a bad feeling about one dude in general, and I cut him off. Right, I could just see it in his eyes. Sometimes you can smell the venom on a snake's breath, right? And I come to find out a couple months later from some dudes that I used to run with, it was like, yo, we were supposed to hit you. I'm like, hit me. And this was before I was even big on YouTube. This was my construction company was up and was booming. They were like, yo, we were supposed to hit you. We had your address and everything. But in having your address, we found out who you were. Then we found out that outside your building, you got security cameras. And then you keep dudes with you that can do something if need be. They got it. Whatever that may be. And that if push comes to shove and you've got to get to something to defend yours, they've got it and they're allowed to have it. So we really had to rethink what we were doing. These guys were sending me by a guy I'd known since I was 12. And this was all behind money. 12. You're talking 30 years of friendship. 10, 20 bands. You're going to send somebody to peel my cat back for 10, 20 bands? And dudes, like they legitimately said the only thing that stopped us was it was a couple different things. They said it wasn't money motivated. It was revenge on his part. He felt some type of way. B, we heard you had a crazy camera set up where you were inside the spot and you could see everything going on outside. And C, the people you have around you are 100% trained to go and going to go when it happens. So I get him when he says the money caused problems. It caused separation. Like you got to really second guess your circle. When you're running amongst a bunch of dudes that have something but not to the level that you have, please believe 7 out of 10 of them are trying to figure out a way to get a couple dollars out your pocket.
Oh yeah.
I think what saves what I when I'm going to say save, but I think what helps you out, Jay, a little bit is you're making a lot of dang money, and you are pretty famous. But when he said that when he went on No Jumper, it was over for him. And I
What do you
think that
mean?
you not going on 23-1 and doing this organically, I
Mm-hmm.
think you're at a place where you're going to get recognized a lot, but
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to get to the point where like 1090. I think you could get to that point. All you got to do is do a No Jumper interview, right? Or do a 23-1. You could do it if you wanted to, but you obviously did this organically the whole time. What I'm trying to say is, bro, is you're at a comfortable place. Like that's where I want to be at, where I'm not like crazy famous, but I'm making just more money than your favorite YouTuber that's far famous than me. And I mean, you obviously do get recognized. How is that actually? Let me ask you that first. Like, do you get recognized every day?
Pretty much. Yeah.
See, I'm
Anywhere.
wrong. You see, I'm wrong about that. See, I didn't think in my
Yeah,
mind,
my shit, my city shows me a lot of love. You got to remember, man. I'm coming up on like I think we're coming up on like I'm coming up close to a billion views.
whew,
Um, so yeah, I mean, there's been times I've been recognized by like people in the fast food line, and they get all hyped up. My girl will be in the passenger seat, and they'll get hyped real quick, and she'll be like, because she knows my past, so she automatically associates like loud noises and people coming quickly at it being it could possibly be something from my past, and it was something I also had to come to adjust to. I do have a lot of PTSD from the past. So having people I don't know screaming my name from across the parking lot as I'm pumping gas, like, yo, Jay. And I look over and it's like two or three dudes walking in my direction. The first thing I'm thinking is not YouTube. You know what I mean? It's not. I worked late a lot of nights. So it might be 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm coming through Richmond and I stop off in just in the jets to pump gas. And I've got dudes want to talk to me. No, there's been many times I've had to back dudes up off the vehicle until I realize what their intentions are, and then we can move forward the conversation. But it took some getting used to. Do I get noticed everywhere I go? No,
I
no,
feel
not.
dumb too. I feel dumb too because then I started thinking you even have the sticker on your truck, bro. I don't. That's a lot of balls to do that.
I'm not scared. I'm good with
Yeah,
God. Understand that I'm good with God, and I don't run around making enemies. I've made amends for the most part with the people that I've done wrong in life. And for the ones that I couldn't make amends with, that falls back on them. And for the ones that I couldn't get in contact with to make amends with, that means they're no longer here. But for anybody that's ever said I've been scared, let's check this out. My warehouse has been in the same position for 5 years. Real talk. So if me and you really got some type of smoke or some type of issue, I'm there every morning at 7:30. And I'm there again at 4:30. And if you know me on a personal level, you know that. So you can never say you got beef with me and that I'm ducking wreck or I'm doing anything when I move exactly the same. I'm at the same places every single day. Does that
how
make
many
sense?
subs?
Like,
Heard that.
Hey, how many subs you think that sticker got you, bro? Because honestly, bro, it is good marketing. When I see somebody with their social media, I actually look them up just to. I'm curious. I'm driving.
uh,
If I'm the passenger, I'm real curious, bro.
it's another one of those gift and curse things. I was at a gas station not long ago, and I'm not gonna say the gas station or the location, right? But I'm sitting there and I see some things pop off, right? Some I'm trying to say that's because I see some things pop off, some
Right,
shots
right.
get fired, blah blah, whatever, right?
Allegedly.
Allegedly, right? Or so I'd heard somebody say something like that, right?
Right.
So I'm sitting there and I'm actually watching a video on my phone, and I'm getting ready to head home. I've been driving. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I pulled over, stopped, got me the breakfast bite from 7-Eleven with the chili and the cheese. And I'm sitting in the truck and I'm eating it. And I allegedly see all this stuff transpire. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm not the scary type. I'm not going to throw it in reverse and peel out. You know what I mean? I ain't done nothing. So I'm sitting there and I'm eating. And all these cop cars pull up. But one pulls up behind me. So I should have left. Now I can't because he's parked behind me. This is no lie. This is what that sticker did. This sticker had like minimum 8 cops standing beside my Hummer. Bro, I was behind you the other day. I saw your sticker. I pulled your channel up. I love your channel. Hey, check me out. I'm with Jay Williams. Now I'm like, oh man, these dudes trying to put me on Instagram, like on the police force poster. They're like trying to talk to me. What am I gonna say? You know what I mean?
You're
What
You're more.
What up,
Snap,
Zebby?
like
Oh, what up,
What
Zeb?
up, bro? How you doing?
Good,
Zebby
bro.
said, "What's good, bro?"
What's going on, Jay? How
But
you
yeah, the
been?
cops were like, they were like, "Yo, I was behind your truck the other day, and I seen the YouTube sticker, so I ran it, and I really like what you're doing." And then this cop yells to the other cop, "Hey, yo, it's Jay Williams," and they're like, "Oh, look, that is the Hummer," and they all start coming over, and y'all have an active crime scene to go take care of. I said, "Look, can y'all move y'all's car and let me get up out of here?" That's what the stickers bring you. Stickers definitely bring you attention, and
Yeah.
I'm not a dude that runs around like I'm untouchable, like I'm bulletproof, like I'm looking for all that. And like I said, at the end of the day, man, I'm good with God. I feel like I've put my family in a good position moving forward. And I have this argument with a lot of people. I think we all have a time to go. And I think you can live your whole life scared to death and you're still going to go on the day you're supposed to go. I don't think nothing you do, nothing you say, the way you move, I don't think none of that's going to change that date that's written in that book. I don't. I think we all have a day set in stone. So just go live your life, man. If you want to parachute out of a helicopter or airplanes at 70, 80,000 feet, go do it. If you want to
Let's
scuba
go.
dive with sharks and whales that could eat you, go do it. Because regardless, you're gonna die on the
Let's
day you're
go.
supposed to. That's
Yeah,
why
you
them
got,
stickers on that truck. Because regardless of what happens, I'm gonna go the day that I'm supposed to go.
yeah,
With or without the stickers, I'm gonna go. It's my
yeah. I
2
agree.
cents, man.
Got to live every day in the moment.
Yeah, don't run around like my wife gets scared a lot. But what about this? Or the door's locked, or the door's locked. I said, you ain't got to worry about the doors being locked. I'm here. I'm here. Don't worry about what's out there. I'm here. They need to
Yeah,
be worried about what's in here. I got y'all. And I promise you that. Y'all get into where we talked about, y'all hide. And once y'all get in there and I know y'all are safe, don't come out until I'm done. Like, I got y'all. Don't worry about me. Like, she's got a big fear of, like, I guess because of the news and like all that you see of the things that could happen. I'm not scared of that. I'm not saying I'm invincible, but I'm not scared of that. I'm not. My concern is for them. And there's no fear that comes to my heart or mind when it comes to my family. That shit goes out the window and Optimus Prime comes out. I go into straight robot mode and I'm going to do what I got to do.
definitely.
You know what I mean?
That's like that CJ So Cool. That was crazy. He was always talking about how nobody could get to him, and he was in a gated community, and
Oh, no.
he lived. But I mean, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what's going on, really. When it's your time, I feel
Come
like
on.
it's your
Nobody's
time.
untouchable.
No,
Nobody's untouchable. They done
not at
took
all.
president's tops off.
Yeah, they got him 5 times, and they had to get through a gated community, through his walls, through everything, and they got up in the house.
Let me put it to you like this. If people are constantly showing videos of you on social media and pictures of you on social media, I can just as easily take a picture of you with the scope of my rifle and take the top of your head off, just like they did with that Galaxy S23. If they can get you close enough to put you on camera and click pictures and post that to the internet,
Yeah,
somebody else can get close enough to do the exact same thing in a bad way.
yeah,
So I
without
don't
a
move
doubt.
around like I'm
For real.
untouchable. I know I can be touched. There's
Mhm.
no man out here that can't be touched. You're just, unless you're Iron Man, you're not that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The biggest thing is just limit your altercations. Like if you run around and you make 1,000,000 enemies, nobody's surprised when it's that guy that you hear got clapped. Like when he's beefing, like if it was Charleston White, like if you turn on the internet tomorrow and it's like, well, Charleston White was popped in the head in Waffle House, you're gonna be like, did that just happen? Or was that like a month ago? You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like nobody would really be shocked because there's so many enemies that are coming to things he said. So just limit the stupid beefs. You're still gonna have people that are envious and that want what's yours, but you ain't really got to put yourself in that situation, man. Stay humble.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Church.
Now y'all gonna talk now. I need to catch some of these comments,
Yeah.
man. I love the viewers, man. I love the
So,
people that make us who we are. So I got to go up and catch some of them.
Yo, shout out to the chat.
Zebby,
Got your
yeah,
chat. Shout
Yeah,
out to
awesome.
Zebby, you've been killing it on YouTube, bro.
I've just
Who,
been
man?
doing me.
Oh yeah, Zebby too, man.
Zebby's been killing it on YouTube right now.
Hey, we're just getting started, bro. I'm telling you, I'm going to pick up a couple monitors tomorrow and get that new setup set up, and then it's gonna be hard to get me off the computer. You know,
I hear you. Oh yeah.
I'm excited.
Hey, if we got any battle
All
rap,
of us though, you too, bro. Everybody's doing their thing.
hey, if we got
Oh
any
yeah.
chat, man, hit up New Age Plug. We're trying to get a battle rap competition. All respectful though. No children, no women. You already know the rules.
Yeah,
That's gonna be dope. I'm ready for
yeah,
that.
Yeah,
it's
I'm trying
gonna be crazy.
to get that. Dude, think about it. Nobody's doing it on StreamYard. There's no battle rap. Dude, don't you want to be at home on a Monday night, go kick back, all of a sudden, bro, you go on YouTube, two dudes are battle rapping. You're like, whoa, in real time. And acapella, no beat, just like the real battle raps. You know, I'm talking to Arsenal and stuff too. Like I'm trying to talk to some battle rappers, like get ideas of how to make it better and if they can come on. But, you know.
Oh yeah, that'd be
Oh, it's
crazy.
gonna be dope. Yeah, it's gonna be dope.
Definitely. You always got them those good ideas, bro.
Try
Yeah, hey, Plug's like one of the biggest producers. So like our like the YouTube Streets podcast, people don't realize it, but Plug does the production. He makes the thumbnails most of the time. You know what I mean? He gets a lot of the topics ready. You know, he's really on it.
Yeah,
That's why his
I've been
podcast works.
Yeah, we've been offered. Even the YouTube Streets has been offered to be a branch off of another pod that's associated with No Jumper. I don't want to throw him under the bus because we kind of had a fallout. But at the end of the day, yeah, bro. All we're like, I'm not the best at thumbnails, and I'm not the best at editing. I'm not, but I figured out how to do all of them together and make it look, presentable. Because I think Blood on the Razor Wire, honestly, he might have the best thumbnails.
Yeah,
He does have
his
fire
look crazy.
thumbnails.
Yeah.
He
I
does.
don't
He makes
know
you want to
what he
watch.
does. I don't know what he does to him, but it brings out. Dude, the Ronnie thumbnail. I was like, dang, bro, Ronnie, I can never make you look that good, bro. I broke it down in one day. I'm like, bro, I can never make you look that good. He made Ronnie look like a boss.
Where's Ronnie at tonight?
Oh, Ronnie Blue, man. Hey, let me go hit Ronnie up real quick.
Yeah, send the link out. Bring them in. Bring them out. Bring them out. It's hard to yell with the barrels in your Swizzy.
You're always bringing up them throwbacks.
Yeah, and I was let me
Big
get
on
to
it.
analogy earlier. You're like Jay-Z in a way with your subliminals. And you're the old school thing with the beef thing. Jay-Z does the same thing. He don't get in the middle of anybody's beef. He don't even respond to the littlest person coming at him, or even a big artist comes at him. He still don't respond. And if he does it on his time. He don't do it immediately. He'll put it in a subliminal track. 6 months from now, it'll be a Neo featuring Jay-Z, and then it'll get you then. Just what I mean.
Yeah.
I like the art. I like the art of storytelling, man. I like to be able to defeat your enemy without having to fight your enemy, without having to give your enemy any recognition. I like to be able to say things where it makes people stop for a second to think about what I'm saying, and then instantly they all get it and everybody laughs together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's way different than just coming out and saying blah blah blah, and everybody's like, all right, well, seen that coming. It's always good to make them think, man. That's what we did with the podcast. It was meant to spark the imagination, to make people think, make you really think. Like, is this whole no snitching thing is it just BS? Is it just bullshit? Like, because there's holes all in it. It is.
Sure but
is.
you know what it. So
AZ, my guy, you be careful, man. I don't want nobody going in on you, man.
hey,
I'm about
so
to mute your mic.
hey, nah. So after that, right? It's like people don't understand. Like I really realized that a lot of people. It went from being cut and dry to ripped and wet. You know what I mean? It went from black and white
That
to
sounded
people.
sloppy.
To people putting making gray areas where there never were gray areas before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody knew in 40s, 50s, 60s, 80s, except 90s, etc. Like it was black and white. This is what it is. This is what it isn't. You talked about it with Philly earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They have a zero snitching rule, zero talking to the cops. Well, so let's not say snitching, because the normal citizen, like we've already gone into that a million times, but for some reason it always gets brought up. But we all already know that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like we already know that civilians, it's not this. That there's no such thing as snitching or they're being a civilian. They're being a member of society by doing what they're doing.
Hey, I
Oh,
gotta chime in on this comment real quick. Sorry to cut you off, man. You
mhm.
said Jay-Z has went after Nas and Cameron. What you talking about? See, you don't know what you're talking about. Those are straight diss tracks. But a lot of the stuff Hove has done were not diss tracks. Like on Simple Things when it says, I'm about $1. What the fuck is 50 cent? Little
Bars.
things like that spark your mind like, damn, that was dope. Oh, wait a minute. He's talking about 50 the rapper. He had his actual diss tracks where he went back and forth. And to this day, if you actually listen to his albums from like, back when in the beginning, you'll pick up on a whole lot of things where he was talking about people without ever saying names. So of course, yeah, he got in on some dudes here and there, but he
And
got in a whole
uh,
lot more than
he's
y'all know about without having to do it.
what was the follow-up song to Ether? I always forget his follow-up song where he talks about, allegedly
The
I
baby
can't
mama situation in the car
yeah,
seat.
on the
You
car seat.
know who did knew you know what would who know you. We'll just keep that between me
Yeah.
and you.
What's the name of that song, bro?
Yeah. It's late night. You got me. But I could probably sit here and spit the verses for you.
Yeah. Spit on verses, bro.
Let me think. I'm trying to think what the actual song was, man. He said, but you know who did you know what? Would you know who? But we'll just keep that between me and you. Talking about the baby and the car seat incident, and that was rough. I read
Take
into all that. That was terrible.
so Takeover.
Takeover.
He
Yeah.
talks about Takeover. He regrets Takeover, bro. He went too far, and he never did it again.
Yeah,
And
that's why you don't. You learn.
but you go back, bro. A lot of people put Takeover over Ether now, and back then it was Ether over Takeover.
Mm.
But now, as time went on, bro, that beat got played out. I think the Ether beat got played out to me, and then, bro, Jay destroys him.
I was a big Jay fan, man. When Streets is Watching soundtrack dropped, before Reasonable Doubt, I remember I had the tape and I was bumping it. And people was like, "Oh, what is this?" You know, I mean, this is around the time all that No Limit Soldier stuff was starting to drop real heavy. They were dropping those crazy, just remedial, retarded looking album covers. Remember the ones they had, like the Mystical covers and the No
Yeah,
Limit Tank and the Mia
yeah,
X and
Yeah.
all the albums kind of looked like they were made in like art class. You know what I
That's
mean?
Yep.
yeah.
I remember his then, Silk the Shocker was real big then. And I came
I
across
like Mac.
that
I like
Streets is Watching
dude.
soundtrack and it
They had,
had everybody on an all-star lineup. And I
they had
started
Snoop
bumping
Dogg.
that summer, and Jay-Z just from there, he blew, man. He blew.
Right. Yeah, still pimping. Oh man.
I heard the funniest. I laugh, man, and I ain't got that big of a sense of humor. I've been through a lot. It takes a little bit to laugh, but I heard something today on the internet that's every time I think about it, it laughs. And it was like rappers like responding to comments that have been made about them.
Oh
And
yes.
Little Wayne was on there. Did you see what they said about Little Wayne?
Ah,
He said
Flavor Flav.
Little Wayne is what happens when you. They said somebody commented said Little Wayne is what happens when you pour 4 Locos on a gremlin.
oh man.
And that comment.
Ooh.
That comment had me laughing all day. And no matter what happened, whenever I thought about just how Wayne looks, right? The
Yeah.
whole Little Wayne is what happens when you pour 4 Locos on a gremlin. Oh, it killed me, man. It's probably one of the best comments in a long time.
Hey, the one thing I admire about Wayne is he actually got decent at skateboarding. He never stopped. He like
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he's
did.
pro now. He just went pro.
legit, bro.
Yeah.
And we all remember when Wayne was trash
Mm-hmm.
at skateboarding, not rapping. I would never. Wayne is one of the I got him in my top 5. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
Wayne in my top 5. But
He had so much stuff he doesn't even know some of the stuff that he said. He listened to
saw that.
some dude spit a bar that he said, and he goes, "I wrote that," and he was like, or he said, "I said that." He
Yeah.
was like, "Yeah, you said that on such and such album." He was like, "Man, that shit is tight."
Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah,
That
that
was
shit was
good.
hilarious. That was funny as hell.
crazy how Gilly the Kid is the reason why Wayne got so good, because when everyone was saying Gilly was writing the Carter 2, go DJ, which he did. He wrote for Wayne. After that, Wayne just started freestyling, bro, and he blew up. He blew
Yeah.
up.
But he
Yeah.
remembers all of his hit songs. It's crazy. He remembers all of them.
Yo, Gilly was hot, dude. I ain't gonna lie, bro. In Florida, bro, everyone was jamming that "Get Down on the Ground." Get down on the ground.
Yeah.
Nah, Cass was hot.
Cass
If you want
was.
to be real about it, like I was locked up, right? I was in the
But
same
Gilly,
time when Cass caught his body, and it was 99. You can go Google all this shit. I was locked up when Cass was locked up from CSCF to the House of Corrections that's right next door, and did a year day on that, right? And I remember dudes talking about Cass, talking about, man, this dude don't want to battle on the yard and da da da. But meanwhile, while y'all are trying to get him on the bat, y'all trying to get him on the box. I mean, y'all trying to get him to bat on the yard. He's actually doing time, but he's got music videos playing in the pod on the box. Remember the box? They used to come
Yeah.
on TV. Like
Yeah.
they're trying to get this dude to rap. He wasn't in my pod. He was in the same building. Cass was doing his thing, and he was really living like a lot of those Philly dudes were really living that life. Beanie Siegel, the Broad Street Bully,
Mm-hmm.
he got that name for a reason. He was really, really, really out there doing it. And I'm not taking nothing from Gilly. Shout out to Gilly Wallow, $1 million worth of game. Gilly was really out there doing it too. But when it comes to like Philadelphia loves Gilly. There's no
Yeah.
doubt about that. They love Gilly and they love Wallow. But Cassidy's a big part of Philadelphia too, man.
Oh,
Yo,
definitely.
hey
You
Cassidy,
can't take that from me.
it come like I put Cassidy and M for my top 2 battle rappers. Like Cassidy, if you go check out the song a that goes with money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cassidy's one of the
Cassidy was
top battle
nasty with the
rappers.
punchlines.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
Cass,
we're not in the punchline era no more. We're not.
No.
Mm-mm.
Nobody wants. People want like, well, you got to dumb it down these days. Like you can say some shit that'll just blow somebody's mind if they're a lyricist and they know how to pick your lyrics
Yeah.
apart,
Yep.
and it'll go nowhere. But then you can say the most basic shit and slow it down so that you dumb it down so everybody can hear it, and that shit'll be played all across America.
You hear that? You
Look
hear
at
that new song that dude that went on? I don't know his name. He went on No Jumper, and it's like he's like whistling through it. Wiz
oh
Khalifa
yeah,
hopped
that
on it.
dude's I don't know
He's
what's up with him.
wild. I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
what? I really hope. Yeah,
What the
yeah.
fuck? Yes,
You got to
sir.
check it out,
That-
bro. It's like, I hope it doesn't start going that way. Now we're just making sounds. We're not even making
no, that dude
noise. We're
reminds me
just
of like once the tour bus gets taken back to wherever it belonged to, that they find him in the back still asleep. Like he was just
Salute Woody.
yeah. Even in his
like
interview,
what
he
he's
like
in here.
whatever he was saying wasn't even making sense.
Well, at first on the interview, he said he was so bent from smoking the trees. He's like, I need
Yeah,
to like wash my face or get some coffee or something. Like that works for you. Just wash your face. And it kind of did. He came back after that, after washing his face, and was like a little more normal. But before that, he was like parakeet mode. He was just doing some shit
yeah,
that made me feel uncomfortable and weird, and like I didn't know what I was doing.
yeah. It was definitely strange. But I'm starting to see it on all the shorts and everything. So it's starting to go crazy, which is wild to me. Even the music video had like so many people in it. I guess Wiz
I'm gonna
Khalifa liked it though.
bring in my old Selly, man. If y'all haven't checked out Woody yet, A New Life of Woody, make sure you go check Woody out. Y'all can ask Woody firsthand what it was like being my Selly, man. We were talking about it earlier, and it's very rare that you get two people on camera that actually like lived in a cell together,
Yup.
especially for a period of years, like because them two people know each other. They know the secrets. They know everything.
Fact. It's
Like
a different
Woody was.
relationship. You know what I mean?
It's a whole different relationship because especially if you can come out of there on top, like without hurting each other or.
Yup.
And we talked about it. There's been a couple different times we've been at each other's throats. And it's
Yup.
kind of like one of those situations with you and your brother where it's like, well, you swing, no, you swing. And neither one of you are scared, but neither one of you wants to take that step to ruin the friendship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Neither one of you wants to be the one to say, I caused this. Because once you swing, you caused it. You did it.
Yeah.
You put your hands on me.
And everything's different too. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
it's so different. It's so
Everything's
different.
different. Yeah.
It's
So
never the
'cause
same. Never the
I
same.
fought my cellies, and then I've had cellies that were we almost like you said, and I still talk to a couple of them to this day. You know what I mean? So it's like, and we lived in 23-1 lockdown for over a
Mm,
year with the same
mm.
person. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's definitely it's different. You know what I mean? So it's crazy.
I remember when he came in the cell, and I'll let him tell you as well, man. When he said, "What do you do? Jay's carts smell bad." Okay, weird shit. I remember when he came in the cell. I had like 5 gallons of wine on the bed that was rocking. And if you've ever made prison wine, the process of it, you have to burp it. You've got to let the gas out the bag, or that bitch is going to explode. So I've got him on the top bunk, and I'm trying to like burp it without my new celly knowing I'm burping it, and he's just sitting up there like. The smell is just rising up to him. You can hear me down there crinkling the bags. I didn't know he had been locked up a decade at this point. So I'm thinking he's just coming in. He had just gotten to Virginia, so he got it. You know, your number identifies you.
Right.
So they hit him with a Virginia number, even though he's just coming straight from prison off of 10 without a break, straight into the VA system. So I thought like he was just like fresh into the prison. You know, when you don't know somebody and they come in the cell, everything's super secretive at first. Unless they've got a name or you've seen them out and about, you're not gonna let this dude know nothing you got going on. I kept it like that. And I remember he was like, "Come on, man, stop with the bullshit. Like, you got me messed up, man. You gonna break it out or what? Like, I drank. And I was like, "Oh, watch the door while I strain this, man." We had got the straining nets from the kitchen, the hair nets. I said, "Watch the door while I strain up." And from the next few hours, shoo, it was on. I think Woody was in there when I was making moonshine too. I had a whole entire still, no lie. He'll tell you a whole entire still set up underneath my bed. I'm talking jugs with copper pipes rolling out, dripping into cups, boiling, bubbling, my whole bed like shaking from where the jars are. Everything's boiling. I got a whole entire still set up underneath my bed, rocking the bunk, boiling the actual alcohol out of the wine. And then you would boil like 5 gallons of wine and you get like this much alcohol, this much liquor.
Hey, but it gets you. Hey, that should get you lit.
Trash. It'll burn a
It's like
green flame.
150 proof.
It's like
No
drinking.
joke.
It's like drinking straight rubbing alcohol.
Yeah, we got some stuff that's famous in Arizona called White Lightning.
Yeah, that's the same thing we called out here. Actually, the dude that taught me to make it was a dude named Lightning Jack. And he earned his name. 100%, he earned his name. This dude taught me how to make wine with honey buns and Snickers bars, which I thought sounded like to be one of the most disgusting things in the world, which actually turned out to be really good. Taught me how to make tomato wine, potato wine. Like there's some old guys, man. That's where it's at. If you can get you an old guy that's been down a very long time and you listen to him, like really listen to him, oh man, you can ball out in there.
Yeah, you learn all the secrets.
Yeah.
Because the hustle is the main thing. So like if you go in there and like you stay broke the whole time, that's not respectable in my eyes. Because there's so many hustles you can learn to do. Like when I say there's so many hustles, there was dudes that didn't know how to draw, but they would just like trace cards
Yes.
and just make them repeatedly. But they didn't really draw it; they just traced it. But they would make a good amount of money, because holidays come, for inmates, a holiday is a good way for us to go ahead and like reach out to our loved ones and send special gifts. You know what I mean? Like, so every little holiday, St. Patty's Day, it doesn't matter. 4th of July, all of them. And those become hustle days. You can save up, and for 10-11 bucks, you can start a whole brownie hustle and make 85 bucks in a week, which is good. That's good. 85 bucks a week. Hey,
Oh
that's not
yeah,
bad. That's not bad in there, especially if you're just taking care of yourself. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
most of the time, you're looking out for other people too. You know what I mean? Because you're never gonna let somebody go hungry. So. But I'm just saying, like, there's all kinds of hustles. So, like, oh darn, I don't got nobody sending me a bunch of money. Well, you can learn to draw. Anybody can learn to really draw. Some people have just been doing it since they were kids. I've been doing it since I was a kid, so I've always been able to draw. So I didn't really have to learn how to draw at all. I was doing portraits, but I was selling portraits for 75 bucks for
I've
one.
seen dudes that could not draw a circle. Like they could not draw a circle, but they could take a
Right?
tattoo gun and trace a
Yes.
pattern. And as
Yep.
long as they could see it shaded on the pattern,
Yep.
they could duplicate it. But if you erase
Yep.
the shading off of it, oh, they're about to tear you up. They're about to mess you up real
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Like you would bring them a blank pattern, they'd be like, "Oh no, you got to take this and get it shaded." Like you're an
Yep.
artist. No, I'm a guy that traces and duplicates what I see.
Right.
Yeah, straight up. So there's like all kinds of hustles, and doing tattoos is obviously that's the big hustle. If you can
That's
get good
huge,
at
man.
it, you're good. You're gonna have whatever you need in there. You know what I
I
mean?
stayed
So
strapped. My
Definitely.
last 2 years, I got to where I didn't even want commissary anymore. I said, I'm about to go home. I need that real money. Like if you
yeah,
want to, if you need
street to
something,
street.
you got to street to street or have your people send it straight to my books.
Or
Otherwise, it
bring
ain't
it out.
happening. Here we go. Here's Woody Wood. Woody Wood, what's good, man?
Man, what's going on, fam? How y'all doing?
What's going
Hey,
on, Woody? How are you?
salute, man.
Hey, Woody, I'll let you take it, man. You tell them. I'll let you tell them about our first night in the cell, man, and you coming into the cell.
Man, it was I had to feel you out at first, right? I didn't know who you were. So like, I'm chilling in that shit. So it was different because like, I ain't been in the VA vibe in a while. So like I remember I had called you Jit and I got a bad vibe because you ain't understand what Jit means.
Yeah, I was
So
ready. I thought you was disrespecting me.
no, it's just like you was younger than me. You was
Well,
younger
I
than
didn't
me.
know
So
what jit was. So when you was like, "What's up, jit?" You know what I mean? Like this is a word I don't know. So instantly it's gonna raise an eyebrow. Like, what did you like? What the fuck you
The
just
fuck
called
you?
me?
Yeah.
Like, yo,
exactly.
what'd you just call me? And you was like jit, like jitterbug, like you younger than me. And I'm like, where you? That brought the first thing to my mind. Where are you from? I ain't never had nobody call me jit in my life. Like, but go ahead, my bad, Woody.
But no, it was like I think it was like after dinner time. Like I had smelt some wine. I was like, man, this dude got some wine in his box. I had smelled it. So I just took and it was like I knew you had something in your cell. I didn't know if you had some cups in your box or it was just a bag in there or whatever. But I remember that first night we was just talking, getting to know each other. And where you from? You say you was from Richmond, and I told you I had family up there in Fulton Hill,
Right.
and we was talking about everything about that. But I think it was like late on that night. I knew you had to burp it, and I was
It
laying,
was coming.
I was sitting up there reading a book, and I smelt it. But you was trying to be like, and you used being gay to like mask the smell.
Oh, there, the Ben Gay. The Ben Gay's
The
great.
Ben Gay game. And
Yeah.
so I had smelt that shit. I
And
knew
not
it.
being gay like being gay, like the stuff you put on your muscles for the people that don't know.
Yeah.
Not like I was being gay, like being gay muscle
Analgesic bomb.
relaxer.
Analgesic bomb. That's what it is.
That's
It's
what
that
it's called.
generic shit. So I had smelt that shit, but I really wasn't even worried about it. It wasn't, I think, till the next day. I had told you, I was like, look, man, you ain't gotta hide that shit. I smell it. What's
Yeah.
up?
Yeah. I broke out five. I built the whole 5 gallon bag. It's like, watch the door.
Yeah.
Boom.
Right, man.
Yeah, I think from there, KC came over, LA came over,
LA. Yep.
and Yeah, man. And
DC.
yeah. I still talk to KC here. Oh, you said DC?
Yeah, DC.
Yeah, I did a story on DC recently, man.
Yeah, I seen it.
Yeah, and the cool thing about having Woody on is Woody knows a large majority of the dudes I talk about in these videos. A lot of these stories he knows about. We talked about that the other day. He's like, it's cool to like be able to relive it and be like, damn, I know about that, and I know this dude, and I remember this situation, and I'm like, it's good, man. It gives me somebody to relate to. And we have a lot of common friends that are still locked up there that we
Yeah,
still talk to. We talk to on three-way sometimes. And I'm
yeah.
not gonna
I
put
just
dude's name
talked
out
to.
there. I
Yeah, I
seen
just
him in the
talked to him
comment a
last
second
night.
ago. I seen him
Yeah,
in the comments, but I didn't want to,
yeah.
I
I
can't
just talked to him
respond to it
yesterday.
because he's locked up and he's on a prison jack. So I just got to kind of see his comment as it scrolls by and be like, there my dude is. But for anybody that's I want to do this real quick. Anybody that's going through anything, I talked to this man. This man's never coming home. Been
Yeah.
locked up since 1978. He went in. I think he said he was 14 years old when he got locked up, and there's no possibility that he will ever get out.
Just turned down for his I think it was like 30 some parole. Yeah, just got turned down again, man.
I talked to him the other night. I said, wouldn't it be crazy if you got out? You know what he told me? I'm never getting out of prison, Jay. That's just what it is. I will die in here.
Yeah.
And I seen him. We were talking, and the guy I remember seeing, I got pictures of him in my photo album. The guy I remember seeing compared to who I'm looking at now, so much time has passed, and so much has happened in my life, and so much has not happened in his life. If that
Yeah.
makes sense, his life is just a revolving door of all the stuff I talk about daily, man. So before y'all get out there and do something stupid, think about that. Think
Yeah.
about never coming home. No, nothing. The only thing you got to look forward to is possibly a visit or a good hot dog or chicken tray. That's your life.
Yeah, because he don't eat no meat rock. I can tell
No,
you that.
he ain't even going to chow hall 99% of the time. You know how
No,
he
he
is,
don't.
man.
He don't.
They got over there. Hey, I give you $2, you bring me yours back. You know what I mean? He was built like that, old school.
Damn. But yeah, man, life is good, man. I got mad love for this dude, man. You good people, Jay. You
I
know,
try, Woody.
yeah,
I just try to be me. Like you know me. I just try to be me. And I think that's what that was the recipe for success, man. I didn't come on here pretending to be somebody I wasn't. I didn't come on here lying. I didn't come on here pretending that I was unbeatable or that, like just be yourself. They're either gonna love you or they're gonna hate you.
yeah, man.
But don't make them love you for being somebody that you're not, because when they find out that you're not that person they fell in love with, they're gonna hate you.
Exactly.
So just
Definitely.
be real to yourself. The internet is undefeated. If you said it, it's there. And you say something different, please believe somebody's going to start comparing notes, and it's only a matter of time before they're going to be making videos on you.
Exactly.
So when you're telling the truth, you don't
They
have to
remember
think about
everything.
it. Yeah, you don't have to think about the truth. The truth just flows like water.
Yeah.
But when you
Right.
lie and then somebody asks you about that situation again, it's going to change.
Yep.
And then it's going to change. And then it's going to change. And it's only going to be a matter of time before you go from being loved by everybody to being known as one of the biggest liars on the internet. Same thing to make you laugh or make you cry.
Exactly.
You don't want that life. That's not. I don't want to wake up tomorrow and 300 some thousand people hate me, and everywhere I go, people that instead of wanting to take pictures or say what's up, point at me and say you're a liar. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so just be careful of what you're doing here. If you ain't got nothing to
Exactly.
talk about, don't talk. Just listen to others, man.
Definitely.
Been working on my bathroom all night. Finally got the walls up though.
That's what's up, man. For y'all that don't know, Woody, his mother passed while he was down, and his biggest fear was that she would pass, and she left him the house.
Sorry to hear
But
that. But
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah,
she
definitely.
left him the house, and she always had a dream for how she wanted the house to look. But she had COPD. She got up in age, and she was unable to really take care of the house. So then the house started being rented out until Woody got out, and the tenants just trashed it.
They trashed it, bro.
He sent me pictures today, and I was just disgusted with the human race and the fact that people could do that to somebody else's stuff. So
I had
Woody
to rip
has,
the whole bathroom wall out. 2 walls in the bathroom. I ripped it out today, cleaned it out, replaced 2 studs, and put the drywall back up today. and tomorrow I'm gonna go ahead and put some tile up on the walls, and then I got a new vanity. So some people looked out for me. I thank y'all. If y'all are watching, you looked out for me, man. I appreciate it. Just want to let y'all know that anything that y'all ever send me, man, is going straight to this house, man. And I got mad love for y'all. It means a lot. It helping, and I appreciate it.
And are you making content about you? Like, are you showing you doing this?
Yeah, I took some
Okay.
video and some pictures of it, but like I don't know how to edit things now, man. So it's
Right.
You got to
it's
come back
hard.
down for the weekend. That's what you got to do. You got to take another trip.
I'm going to. So
You gotta
yeah, I'm
your
definitely.
laptop's sitting in my kitchen right now.
I know I left it there, bro. Yeah,
So
just
you
send
need
it.
to take another trip down here. And like the last time he was here, I got him set up and just gave him the basics, the ropes, how to get a channel. You got to
Yeah.
remember, he ain't even been out 90 days. So to even be able to
Right.
use a phone after 25 years at the level that he's
Yeah.
using it, and to be able to
Yeah.
post a video to YouTube, he's doing damn good.
Oh
In
yeah.
my opinion. You know what I mean? I couldn't post a video to YouTube 90 days after getting out, and I did 10 years.
Yeah.
So now I've got to teach him the whole, just getting the basics of editing. And from
Yeah.
there,
Of
it's
course.
like with all of us, it's self-taught.
Yeah.
From
Yep.
there, you learn little tricks on your own along the way.
It's
Like you'll do something like, wait, how do I do that? And you'll
Yeah.
back up and you'll master that. And it's just, but somebody like, especially with you being gone that long, I'm definitely gonna have to show you just the basics to get you in there. And from there, you'll take off. Everybody's got their own style of editing. Everybody. Nobody's editing is identical to the next man's. Everybody's got their own way of doing it, man.
Nah. It's all trial and error. You'll figure it out.
Trial. Exactly. I downloaded a couple apps and I was looking at them earlier, and some of them just seem foreign. I'm working with the Adobe one, so that seems pretty like straightforward. So I'm gonna try.
A lot of them will really walk you through it and do like a little tutorial on certain
Yeah.
things. So
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you can watch YouTube videos on the same program you're using.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's what Jay told me tonight. He told me the same thing tonight.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can use YouTube for everything.
everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
It's
Exactly.
crazy.
How you doing, myself, brother? Woody, how you doing, brother?
Hey, what's going on? What's your name is, man?
Hey, my name is Dylan, man. I'm from Florida. My YouTube is New Age Plug, man. I love your story. Maybe one day we'd like to have you on either the pod or, something if you want to, I
You
love the
just
story.
reach out, man. Reach out, man. I'm at New Life with Woody at gmail.com, man. So just hit me up and I got you.
Yeah,
He's got a crazy story, man. Definitely what y'all want on.
Go ahead.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, New Life with Woody at gmail.com. Send me an email, man, and we'll link up. That's for sure. Yeah, man. You done time in Florida?
Nah, man. I've done, juvenile time and then couple days in the county jail. Nothing, no big time, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm working on a video now, man. I got it on pause. It's gonna be titled "From Life in Prison to Death Row." Man, it's a dude I knew in prison.
Nice.
He ended up a life sentence, and now he's on death row. So y'all stay tuned. It's coming out soon.
That's awesome, man. We can't wait to see that and hear that, man.
Yeah, definitely.
The channel's the same as the email channel
Yeah,
name.
exactly.
Okay.
New Life with Woody at gmail.com. Yeah, the channel's New Life with Woody. Yep. Go over there and subscribe, man.
The man is legitly, he takes, and I'm not, this is no hoax, no ploy for money, not asking y'all for money. You do what you do. But the man legitly survives, pays his bills, and takes every extra penny he has into trying to restore his home, his mother's home, to what she's seen it as, to the dream she had. Like he told me when he was here, he's like, my goal is to become the man that I think my mother would have always wanted me to be.
Exactly.
And to make her house what she dreamed that it could always be. He's like, and I'm going to, with this new life that I've been given, I've been released, I'm going to make sure that I live up to both of those things.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
and
big.
Definitely.
That's big.
Yeah.
A lot of people might not go that way. That's great that you got out and looked at it like that.
And then that's a lot of time.
Oh,
people don't understand that, like, while you were away, time stood still pretty much. You know what I mean? Like I I've seen dudes that were locked up since the 70s that would still get like weird tailored bell bottoms.
Say,
You know what I mean? Like, and because to them, that's still the style when they got locked up in 71, 72. You know what I mean? And they still have the handlebar mustache, like, you know, and the mullet. And to them, they think they're styling. And you know, we come in from a different generation where it's like, bro, I ain't never seen that in person. You know what I mean? So it's like for somebody to do it a lot of time, that's a lot of time. Like you miss a lot of stuff. Like my
25
celly was,
years.
yeah, see my celly when my first celly in Supermax, he had already been down 17 years and still had 6 to go. And he would judge everything off of commercials. He was like, "Hey Wood, I'm telling you right now, beards are in, bro. Beards are the shit. They're everywhere. They're in every TV show. They're in every commercial. Look at the Burger King commercial." And he would point it out all the time. And so I only had like 3 years to go. So it was, you know, I got out and I always remembered, I was like, holy shit, beards are in right now. Like everybody's got a beard. And so it was just funny how he would dictate styles, but some stuff that he would do and say, I was still like, dang, bro, you've been down for a while.
yeah, that shit has no bearings.
Yeah. So it's just a trip how time freezes. And then, you know, 25 years, man, that's a long time.
The big thing for me, and I forget who was telling. Oh yeah, my girl was saying that, right? It's like I'll read something on the internet and I'll run with it. I'll be like, "Yo, you hear that?" She'd be like, "That's fake," and like she's like, "You're like my son. You believe everything that's on the internet, and it sounds so fabulous. It's like too good to be true." And I read it and I'll be like, "Damn, that's real." She'd be like, "No, that's fake." I'll be like, so I haven't got like the concept of some of the things yet, but I'm getting it though.
Yeah.
I'm
Some
getting it.
kids aren't even making it to 25 now. That's what's really crazy.
Right?
You know? The
The
streets
prisons are
getting
filling up
crazy.
with them.
Yeah.
That was something I noticed as when I came in this time. When I first started doing it, I was the youngin'. Like I was the young buck in the crowd, right? And it was like I was like one of the few young dudes surrounded by a whole bunch of older men. And then as the years progressed, I realized like you had your old guys, but you had a whole new wave of like guys between the ages of 18 and 25. And if 10 new guys came through the door, about 7 of them were guaranteed to be under the age of 25.
Exactly.
And that created an environment in itself that's like a giant boiling pot. Like you got dudes in there that cannot even grasp the concept of how much time they've got or what they've done. And they're gang banging and they're robbing and they're extorting. And it just makes for a very dangerous, hostile, and chaotic environment. It's one of those things where you could be cool with a dude one day and the next day literally be bashing his head into the
Yeah.
floor because him and his little homeboy decided to try to run up in your cell and steal something while you had your back turned.
Exactly.
And we didn't deal with that at one point. When I first started, the gangs weren't like that. But as they came in, there's no way to put it. They've taken over. The gangs 100%. The guards run the prison. Let me reiterate that. The guards run the prison. People always try to say that we run this. We don't run this. Stop with the cap. If we ran it, nobody would be here. If we ran the prison, this place would be empty because we would all come together, walk up, pull the fence down, and just go home.
Exactly.
That's true.
There's no unity. We don't come together for anything. Like if we all came together, each man could walk up and put just his pinky finger in the fence, and we could all back up at once and pull the fence down. And what are they going to do? We just leave. The guards run it. But as far as like with the inmates go, the gangs run it. They didn't always. At one time, it was the man that put in the most work ran it. The guy that was the toughest and that would bleed the most or cause somebody to bleed the most runs it. Now it's a numbers game. Now it's all about who's got the most numbers, man.
Back in the day, it was just it was city against city and area against area. It was like Richmond against Tidewater against Northern Virginia. You know what I mean? It was just different back then. You know, I call it. I like to say it's the Lil Wayne gang because when Lil Wayne came out, that's when the gangs came out. You know?
It's been what? No, it's been way before Wayne, man. It started back in the 90s. You got to think Snoop was banging Crip. Even Pac and Suge, boy, you were rocking them red bandanas and the videos. It's been around for a long time, but as far as being glamorized, the last 10, 15 years, it's become kind of almost like Nikes. You know what I mean? It's like you see it in the video and it's just normal. It's part of the apparel. It's part of this is what you got to do to be this way. So they are pushing it, but it's been around for a long time. I think the kids are just now catching on to it and wanting to mimic what they see. And that's why the prisons are filling up with so many young dudes.
See,
They
and
really believe that shit.
it,
They really
it's
believe
so
it.
it's so different because you guys both did time in the same place, and then Woody, you did time in Florida. So it's like I'm coming from Arizona, where everything has been racially segregated since the late 70s and 60s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was never, there was never like, you know, gangs were never taking over certain things like that. It was always, you know, the Woods, the Rasa, the Chiefs, you know, then, you know, and the blacks and etc. Like now the Mexicans have like they have a blanket thing. It doesn't matter what hood you come from. When you come here, it's all, you know, under one roof. So everybody gels with each other. You handle those beefs outside
Bathroom real quick.
of the walls.
I'm gonna let Ronnie in. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick.
All right.
I'll be right
What
back.
up, Ronnie?
Hey, yo,
Ronnie,
what
what
you
up?
do?
What's up, Ron?
What you doing? Yo, Zebby,
Salute, Ronnie. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
I bet. Yo, Zebby, I tried to hit you up earlier. How you doing?
Did you, bro? Where at? On the gram?
YouTube and Instagram. Yeah, I was just seeing if you mind if we clipped up that live from last night.
Yeah, no, do your thing.
All right, good looking out, bro.
Do it, man.
Yeah,
I'm,
for
I'm
sure.
not. I'm gonna stay away from it. I think.
I didn't want to clip it up too much. I just wanted to run it by him in case it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put it on private. I just, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna wait for our actual 1090. I think it's coming soon. I'm gonna wait for our actual 1090 Jake interview on the YouTube streets, and I want Jay and him to be on a live too, bro. That'd be crazy. You know, we gotta get Zebby.
Hey, he said if he can come up now, he said he can come up. He said earlier if 1090 will come up, shoot him the link.
Hey, Z, what it do?
What up, Ronnie?
Y'all
Want me to hit
motherfuckers
him up?
squatted up. What's the deal?
Yeah, hit him up, Zebby. But I don't know, man. I think that Casamigos got to him last night, man.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, he was having a good time.
Yeah, he was.
Kept it light, respectful. We ended it early. We were actually up late though.
Listen, I got a lot of respect for him, bro. 1090 Jay, like Jay said earlier, bro.
Yeah, he
like
tapped in definitely. Yeah,
we learned a lot too. Like even after, bro, he chopped it up. What? How long? Another hour with us?
Yeah, fuck yeah. It was. Yeah, he kept it a buck. You know what I mean? He kept it real, man. I respect that.
For real, bro. He really did, bro. He really did.
He's good people.
He's a
cool. He tapped in.
Jay Williams is a gatekeeper. 1090 Jake is a gatekeeper.
Hey, Woody, do you know who 1090 Jake is?
No, I haven't. No, I'm gonna look him up though. 1090 Jake.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. He's
He's from Florida. Well, Boston, but he did time in Florida.
No, I don't know him, but I definitely gonna look at what he got a channel.
Yeah, he's close to a million. He's about to hit 1 million subs.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, and I think Death is obviously a gatekeeper. I think he was the first gatekeeper.
Oh, he's definitely a goat.
Definitely.
But Blood on the Razor Wire, I think he's a gatekeeper now. I think he got up.
He's doing his thing, yo. Especially he's been crossing and doing interviews with different people and whatever, you know, like switching it up.
Have y'all noticed
he had a huge jump too.
Yeah.
Have
like
y'all
very quick.
some of the nerdier guys that are doing prison content? They're kind of getting a little
Yeah,
bit.
I've been following one, bro. I was talking about getting him on the YouTube streets. I don't
Yeah.
want to ruin it yet, but he's a potential I guess for next week or whenever you can
I
fit
got
him. Like,
I got him down in April, bro. I already talked to him. His name is Ian Bick.
yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. He did the food challenges and shit.
Bro, he's
He
pretty,
looks like a straight victim. I was like, yo, bro.
but bro, you listen.
Hey,
I'm
I could
just saying.
tap to tap in on what y'all saying. I could tap y'all in with Chad, man. Chad's good people. Like I've
Yeah,
had a lot of like
I
real
like Chad.
conversations with Chad, and he's a good
He's a
guy.
solid
Like
dude. Yep.
people tried to throw dirt on the man's name. It was straight garbage. It was straight not what it was.
Yep.
Chad is a good dude, man. He's a good father. He's a good husband. He's a good friend, and he has an awesome channel. His channel should have been
Yeah,
blown past
I agree.
yeah.
a lot of people, man. His content
He
from
He's
the
been
puts in
making
work,
content a
thumbnails,
bro.
while.
dude, from the thumbnails to the editing,
Yeah, he
you
puts in
can't
work.
even see the splice.
Consistency,
Go
like,
watch one of his videos and try to catch the edit. It's almost impossible. And as a creator, an editor,
yeah, you
I
pick it up. You
watch
got an
things
eye
like
for it.
that.
Yep.
So
He's very big on the art of the product he puts out, man. And
Yeah.
people need to do that, and they need to
And he
just.
got his own style. It's
Well,
consistent.
are
It
you
is.
a fan of the new style, Jay? How they do it now? Like, let's example, the Dante show. I think that's a good example. How he edits, where it's an obvious edit. You know, it's
Mine are obvious edits.
People have fun with it now. So try different shit.
Yeah, mine are obvious edits. I want you to know that I edited it. I want you to know. But I mean, that's the thing. Like a lot of people, YouTube's not a job. YouTube's not a job. Let me break this down to you, man. The act of me recording a video before there's the whole, I get set up, right? And then usually it's about an hour to an hour and 45 minutes of actual recording is what I do. Now I've got to go in and break that down to 30 to 45 minutes. Every and the every one of those got to be taken out.
Right.
Otherwise, the comment section gonna be like, man, stop saying
Yeah.
So
It's like
the
editing the
process,
verse, ad libs out and the
yes, the process of editing that video. I've had videos that took 4 hours. I've had videos that took 2 days. And then there's the upload process, the download process. I've had videos that would upload and download in less than 2 minutes, and on the same Wi-Fi, the same Ethernet would take 9
2
hours.
hours. Yeah, hell yeah.
Like, and then there's the whole monetization process, the placing the ads, the making the thumbnails, the promoting the video. There's a lot that goes into it. It is a job. And for those that say it's not a job, I challenge you. I challenge you to create a YouTube channel, start posting videos on it, and prove me wrong.
and be successful though.
Because if
Yeah.
it's not a
Yeah.
job,
It's
if it's not a job,
consistent, bro.
if it's not a job, hit me back in 90 days and just send me a clip of a $20,000 check. And I'll be like, you're right. It's not a job. Anybody can do it.
Yeah. Hey, me and New Age Plug were just talking about it on the podcast earlier, how we treat it like a job. We try to be consistent, go every week with the podcast with topics and a certain time, We treat it like a job, but we have fun with it too,
Y'all are doing something. And there's one thing I do agree that you're doing right. If you don't like somebody for a personal reason, that's a reason not to like them. But don't
Right.
just jump on a bandwagon.
Right.
Don't be a
Yeah.
bandwagon rider. Like if y'all have somebody on the show and one person doesn't like that person, it's okay for that person not to like him. That's
Yeah.
his right. They might have an issue, but it doesn't mean that at the moment that person don't like him, that the whole panel just boom shifts over and goes at him.
Yeah,
Because
for the
if you
most
do
part,
that,
they're trying to keep it
nobody's people aren't going to want to come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody
We're
wants to
trying to
come on
keep
and
it
be attacked by
professional
6
now,
people on a panel.
and it's getting better, better
Just-
as we go, I think.
I wait for the reaction. If they react to and we're gonna use AZ because obviously AZ, he's been in YouTube longer than me and Ronnie, and he has more beefs, obviously. But we'll use AZ. As an example. We wait for whoever comes at AZ, even if it's a response or whatever. I wait to see what they say. If they say some, malicious stuff, that's when I don't like them anymore.
Yeah.
That's where I just
Yeah,
I
but I
got
always
thick
encourage
skin.
everybody to always like keep do what you do. You know what I mean? Because you're always gonna have people, especially because we bump shoulders with a lot more people, on the internet than most people do, just in the regular street. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
you're always gonna have people that like other people, and you can't really hold them to that standard. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't sit there and be like, well, I don't like this person, so that means you shouldn't either. Now, I've come out and said stuff where it's like, if you
We lost him.
Did we lose him?
You
Hey,
got to
Z,
take like
if you could
2
hear us, we
steps
can't
to the
hear you.
left, raise your hand, hop on one foot.
No, but I hear what you're saying though, bro. You can't hold the same person. You can't do that. I know, but I wait, bro. If they come and say some stuff, I don't
Yeah,
like.
it's like, yo, we ain't perfect. We're a work in progress, but we're progressing. You know what I mean? Like, I try to maintain professional, but I ain't gonna be walked over at the same time. So there's like a line, you know.
Like, I've been hearing all day that Pino's upset. Like, why are you upset? 1090 Jake. Dude,
That
what
shit's
you
funny.
did was malicious. That was a little bit malicious to me. And it threw a couple people under the bus. So I don't know, man.
There was a reason when they had their whole beef that I never spoke on it. And it was like I said in the beginning of this episode, it wasn't so much of what was right and what was wrong. People had drawn a line in the sand, and on one side you had 1090, and on one side you had Pino. And that's what it boiled down to. It didn't boil down to if you agree with this or you agree with that. It boiled down to if you agree with this, then you were rocking with him and you weren't rocking with him. You get what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So me being an entertainer, me being a social media presence, I've got an obligation to stay true to the platform, and staying true to the platform means that I've got to be open to any and everything until it crosses me. At the moment me and that person have an issue, then we have an issue. But this is YouTube. DJ Academics he's gonna interview whoever he wants, 6ix9ine, you name it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. He's going to bring them on. He's going to do what brings views and what the people want. He's not going to put his personal, well, I don't like this guy, so I'm just not going to bring him on and just not get a check and not promote my platform. You don't do that. You know what I mean? You ain't got
Some
to.
people do, but it depends how you move. Like, if someone I rock with like genuinely has a problem, then I get it. But if it's something that ain't that serious, for the most part, we've had people on, we all don't get along, we'll talk about it. Like, we'll keep it professional, keep it ain't nothing. But
Salute Mustang. That's what's up, man.
yeah, like,
Yeah,
you
thank
gotta
you, Miss Thing.
maintain
She's always
professional.
supportive.
If you look at it from
Thank
that
you,
job
Miss Thing.
perspective, like, this is a job,
And it didn't start out like that for me. Like my
Yeah.
story is
That's a growth
very
process.
common to a lot of people's stories. I got on here telling the stories was therapeutic. It was something I enjoyed. I started to really enjoy being behind the camera. I mean, why lie? Like, I like seeing myself on camera. I enjoy it. I'm comfortable behind the camera.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie about it.
The more you do it, the more comfortable you get
Yes,
too.
I'm
You've been
very,
doing it a
very.
while, you know what I
I'd
mean?
be nervous.
No, yeah. Well, you're new to this. If you go back to my first videos, you'll see the
Yep.
same exact thing with every single one of us. We were all nervous.
Yeah.
But once you get 20,
Yeah,
30,
once you
40,
get
50,
comfortable.
100, 500 videos in, it becomes normal. It becomes a job. Like your first day at your job, you're nervous, right?
Nervous.
You don't know anybody. You don't know what to do. You don't want to mess up.
Until you
But
get in that
then
cycle.
you fast forward a couple weeks, and it's just like riding a bike. You do it day in and day out. But with
Yeah.
me, it was different. Like I never came in, oh, I'm going to get the bag, or I'm going to be rich, or I'm going to be famous. I just did something I genuinely had a passion for and I enjoyed. And for me, that was the key to success. People saw it. They seen that this dude's not like up here just trying to get our money or doing. He's like legitly up here just talking about his life, and it drew a crowd. It grew a following. And to each and every one of y'all that have subscribed, that have stood behind me, I love y'all and I thank y'all, man, because without you, there would be no me. And don't ever get that twisted, man. Without you guys, the viewers, the subscribers, the guys in the chats right now, there would be no me. And I appreciate each and every one of y'all for taking the time to watch these videos, to tap in, to type the comments, to donate. Please don't think it goes unnoticed. Please don't think your names don't get noticed. Like, you guys are what makes it happen. Take all you guys away, and guess what? YouTube don't exist no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay's huge with, interacting, tapping in, showing love. We were just talking about that with 1090, man. I think that's dope. You always tapped in ever since, you, Lance, you guys always pulled up to the YouTube streets, man. Even when we first started out, just a few hundred people, you always showed love, yo. And
Y'all
we
have
try
done
to
some big
interact with
things,
the chat.
man.
We try
Y'all
to
have done
interact
some.
with the chat,
Y'all have done big things. Being like and I don't want to call y'all a smaller channel, but an up and coming channel.
Definitely.
Y'all have had names on y'all's channels that channels 10 times y'all size haven't had on.
Word.
And I see it sometimes, and I'm like, what am I doing that I just people don't like? I'm unapproachable or something. Hold on, it's AZ. Like
You know
how
how it
like
is. It's
am
the
I'm a
hungry
nice
things
What's
got
the
to
guy. What
chase the
channel?
happened?
bag.
What's the name of your channel?
I'm New Age Plug, man. New Age
All right,
Plug.
hold on.
And
New
then,
Age Plug.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm sub to you too. I did that while we were talking.
Okay, cool. Appreciate that.
And then Ronnie Blue Eyes down.
Woody. Yeah, I'm Ronnie Blue Eyes.
Ronnie Blue Eyes.
Yes.
Yeah, and these
Yes,
dudes do
sir.
this. They got a couple different podcasts. Um, they're consistent, man. One thing I gotta give them
I'm
with
gonna
what
go
they do
subscribe.
is they're
Thank you, man.
very, very
Appreciate it.
consistent, man.
Thank you
Very, very, very
for looking out.
professional when it comes to it. Like, you're guaranteed that on Tuesday or Thursday, these set day of the weeks, they're gonna drop it. You
You at
know it.
least you're getting the show for sure.
100%.
I'll be
For
Yeah.
there,
sure.
man. I'll be there, man.
We see
Hey,
what
we appreciate it, man. Thank you.
And dude, at one point, man, we started a podcast with Breadwinner Ruga as well. And at one point, man, they were counting me and Ronnie out, dude.
Exactly.
You guys, your podcast fell apart. And then we made the strategic move to get AZ Ruction on, and he was the first choice, obviously. We had Zebby on that list too.
Definitely, yep.
Definitely on that list.
what the buck? What's good, man?
Hey, what
What's
up?
good, big dog?
I
going
see
on,
you,
bro?
man.
Going on?
Same shit, different toilet. Actually got a day off. This is the first live of yours I've been able to catch in like a month because I work overnights and during the day.
Hell
Hey,
yeah,
you doing your
chilling.
thing, man. Salute to that, man. Get out there and get it.
I
Don't
really
make
just
it.
wanted to ask you one thing though. Really, it's just
Uh-huh.
one thing. Are you coming to Florida anytime soon? Like I'm from New York, but I live in Florida. I live by Tampa. And I'll
Yeah,
just be wondering, are you pulling down here for anything anytime soon?
Hey, you say
I'll be
by
down
10,
there in the next few months, man. Disney's
you,
down there, so I got to take the kids. So I'm definitely 100% coming down.
hey,
Okay.
when you say by
I
10,
stay in
you ever
I
heard?
stay in Riverview.
Oh,
Okay.
Riverview. Okay, I'm
Riverview.
from
Okay.
Bradenton.
We're fucking 10 minutes away.
Oh, yo, I no lie. I go to Bradenton every single Thursday because I only
Sarasota.
my circle's super small. My only
Hey.
homie live in Bradenton.
Give everybody a exclusive of what Bradenton's like. What you experience.
Well, I'm saying though, no offense to Floridian residents, I think Florida's ass. Like I'm born in LA and I'm raised in New York, and I've lived in both, so I think Florida's trash.
Hey, hold on one second, y'all.
Exactly.
Hey, Philly
I
Mike,
lived
you
in
got to show
Miami.
your face, man. I got to see
Oh
your face before I
man.
let you in here. You got a thumbnail. I can't let you in
Yo,
a thumbnail.
even
I got to
Miami's
see your
kind of
face.
trash, but that's just because like I grew up going to the city for no reason, going to Times Square for no reason, going to the Hamptons, and then in LA I lived in the hood, then I moved to Hollywood. So you come to Miami, it's kind of like whatever.
Listen, we don't count Miami. Real Floridians, bro. Real Florida crackers. I consider myself a Florida cracker. We don't count Miami. But dude, honestly, this is the thing. Like I think that saltwater, bro. There's something to do with that Gulf of Mexico, that West Side Florida. You know what I mean? If you look at Florida like a trigger, we are under the trigger. You know what I mean? If you look as a gun.
Right.
And to me, man, I don't know, man. It's that saltwater, bro. I'm just addicted to it. I got to see the clear water. I got to see the snook, the redfish. I got to smell the red tide. Love it.
See, yo, maybe it's because I'm from up north, but the beaches smell crazy to me down here.
Right now they do because of the red tide, but they'll clear
That
up.
shit stink.
Yeah, right now they do that on purpose, I believe, to get people out of there. That's my
Right. Yeah, it would make sense. You know, Florida's all types of fucked up, so
But
it would
that's
make sense.
to do with the phosphates and the nitrogen. Too much, people use fertilizer on their lawns. A lot of St. Augustine lawns, a lot of Bermuda, a lot of
Yeah,
Zoysia.
my shorty put me onto that because I was always asking her why does sprinklers smell like old eggs and shit, like the
Yeah, that's
sprinkler water, and she was telling me.
plain water.
That's fucking recycled fucking shit water.
Exactly. That's a
Right.
whole fact, though.
100
100
Zans.
Zans.
Hunter Zans is
That's so
the
funny.
Jay Williams fan way before even I knew who Jay Williams was. He literally was subbed to Jay Williams on like different accounts. He watched your videos for a while, Jay. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's awesome, man. I appreciate you, Dan. So, I mean, I've seen him in your show too, man. It's awesome. He seems like he always gives a legit, like, a real point of view on how he feels about things. He laughs, he
I was
smiles, and
listening
that's
to
cool.
you, Jay, before anybody knew who you were, dude.
That's awesome, man. I appreciate it.
that with you, dude.
Hey, it's been a journey, man. I remember when I hit 500 subs, I Googled, no lie, I Googled, what does 500 people look like from an overhead view, right? And then it took off, and now it's like, what does 300,000 people look like from an overhead view? And it's like it's a whole bunch of cities grouped together. You know what I mean?
Like
Like,
a
Yeah,
fucking
that's
army
crazy.
marching
The whole
back.
stadium full of people.
Like an army.
Philly
My
Mike,
man
how you
started
doing
in there,
tonight, man?
started in the garage too.
Why, how you doing tonight, Jack?
Bro, I
Good.
never seen fans like this, man. You got him you got him kind of struck over here, man.
What's that?
He's this I think the last time I seen you like this is when you met one of the Bucks. I think it was Sean Quarles or Warren Sapp. One of them. You were this excited, bro.
You got 100 Zans starstruck.
For real, he didn't believe I was on a live with Jay at first, so.
Nah, I've seen Zans. I know you are. You're his brother, man. I've seen you come on and talk before, and so I know who you are as well, man. And I
They
appreciate
be
you.
listening, watching, be tapped in for real.
Oh, I'm always watching. You got to know what's going on. You got to.
Yep.
I mean, you get caught slipping, don't pay attention, and then you fall behind, and then
Yep.
something like this happens. You don't know what's going on. So
Definitely.
I seen a comment. Somebody said, "Yo, what do y'all think about the response Chris Rock had towards Will Smith?" And
smoked his boots, KO.
Yeah.
Hey, KO, you can't come back from him.
For real.
Hey, when he said your wife was sucking your son's best friend's. Hey,
Oh man.
I said, we'll go slap the shit out of Chris Rock. He gonna knock this man out on stage. Like, he's gonna sneak in with a wig next time and beat him all the way up. Chris Rock got a real ass whooping coming after that. I'm not gonna say he deserved that slap, right? He had made his little shots. They're comedians. That's what they do.
Oh yeah.
But when he did the whole "you're a bitch" and "you're a bitch" and like, it was a great display of comedy. And when it comes to who won in that situation, oh man, Chris Rock laughed, and he laughed hardest. And not to mention,
again, he responded when he wanted AZ, like, right? He responded when he needed to respond.
Yeah.
Have to do it on anybody's time.
Hey, but Will Smith was also laughing, and then Jada gave him that look, and he was like, "Oh,
100%, bro." He seen Shorty was heated. He had to handle that.
Yeah, but that wasn't Chris Rock's slap. That was August Alsina's slap. That was
that was everybody in the world
Jada's
except
slap. That
him
was a
smack.
slap that went to a whole bunch of people, and it just happened to be at that moment. It was like, all right, I got to slap a bitch tonight. Tonight's the night. Somebody's getting slapped, and Chris Rock just happened to be the one to get it. Yeah. But did he win in the situation? Yes, because he's allowed back next year. Will probably lost. Will was he was the guy that didn't have to curse in his songs. You know what I mean? Yeah. So now that's gonna affect him moving forward. Movie deals and this and that. Not Chris Rock. You know what I mean? Chris Rock he's not playing Pookie no more. He's got much better roles.
Him said, Will Smith don't got a cuss in his raps. Well, I do. So F him and F you too.
Yeah. Well, that was the image he had. He broke that whole image when he slapped Chris Rock. He showed him, I'm not just the nice guy that plays, the guy that beats up aliens on movies and does this and that. Like, I'll slap the dog piss out of you.
Ain't Will Smith from Philly?
Yeah, he's from West Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from West Philly. A lot of guys, a lot of dudes that came up in the acting game, all, but where he's from out that way is not far outside of Southwest. It
Okay.
was, getting it in out there. There's not really been a time out Philly that, as far as I know of, where Philly was just a great place to go live. You never hear anybody say, "Hey, we're going on vacation to Philly." Never, ever.
No.
Yo, actually, I can't even lie. When I was like 21, me and my mans was going to Buffalo to go hang out with this chick in her college. She had like a little crib up there. We wanted Philly cheesesteak, so we drove in to stop in there. I can't remember the name of the spot,
Y'all went
but
to
it's
Geno's, man. Y'all went off South
yeah,
Street to
yeah.
Geno's or
I
Pat,
was there with my homeboy Harris. He's a Jewish white dude. He's
right off the
mad down to earth.
interstate.
He chills with black folk, but he don't go to the hood. I kept trying to tell him we shouldn't really go over there, but he was like, nah, those are the best cheesesteaks. My family told me about them. Needless to say, he didn't want to get out the car. He was scared to fucking death. It was
That's
like,
where
bro,
everybody goes, man. Like if you're not from Philly and you want to get a cheesesteak, like for the most part, if you live out Philly, you got a place near where you live at where you go get your food.
Yeah,
But if you're from like
Geno's
out of
and Pat's is for tourists.
Yeah, thank you. Geno's and passes
okay,
for tourists. Like when you're passing through and you think it because Geno's got the big sign and they got the cheese whiz steaks, and then right next door to it you got Pat's. When you see the people out there, 90% of the people that are at Geno's or Pat's aren't from Philly. They're just there to get a cheesesteak or
yeah.
coming from the club or something. But that's just like you said, you was heading to
That's more of
Buffalo.
like the tourist face of Philly cheesesteaks for y'all.
Absolutely, like the
Okay,
Rocky statue or something. It's 'cause they came there
okay,
because
okay.
that's what it's known for. But you're not gonna head to down off Elmwood Ave to Matty Wan's and to one of the Poppy stores out there to grab a
Right,
cheesesteak
right.
because you don't know that area. So you're gonna go to Geno's because if you pull up cheesesteaks in Philly, Geno's and Pat's are the first two things that pop up because they both been around for like 50, 60 years. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And do they have good food? Yeah, they have good food. But I can take you to some spots out Southwest that I think are better.
See,
That's
I
my
know
opinion.
that for a fact because there's 1,000 spots in New York everybody want to go to. But I'm like, I can take you to the bodega that makes that shit 10 times better.
10 times better. And they'll put the twist on it and going above and
Right.
beyond to do it. They got the cut and dry menu. I did like the whiz steaks. I've been out there a couple times. It's good. I ain't gonna lie and say it ain't good, but it's not as good as what I can get right around the corner from where we were staying at, man.
Makes sense.
Without paying all
Little
that
mom and
dumbass money.
pops.
I'm saying this was like 2010, so it wasn't even expensive like that.
Oh yeah. I mean, but like around we just got
But
all
then again,
types
you
of
probably got
places
like
out there.
bodegas. You
Yeah,
probably
we
pay
got places. I
$5
go
for
get
your
like
shit.
the pretzels. I get like the breakfast pretzels, the pizza pretzels, shit y'all don't really know about up here. You know what I mean?
What the
Like
fuck is a breakfast pretzel?
it's a
Yeah.
pretzel with a whole bunch of breakfast shit on it.
Word?
Yeah, like right
Yo,
behind where we
I've
live.
never heard of that in my life. That sounds
Yeah,
fire.
Philly's another place. Like I remember, I was in transport one time. Right, I was being taken to Center City. That's downtown Philly, and I was going to court in the Criminal Justice Center, right, CJC. And I was in the back of the paddy wagon. True story, man. It's like me and four other guys, and the back door just opens. Like these dudes didn't cuff it all the way. They didn't lock the door. So the old head is banging on the joint. He's like, "Hey man, the door's open." And we looking at him like, but we're handcuffed to each other. So we ain't going nowhere. So they pull over, they stop, and they're like, "Oh, appreciate it." So these dudes, it was two black dudes driving. They ended up stopping, grabbing us some pretzels. They grabbed a pack of Newport 100s and a lighter and threw that bitch in the back of the van with us. And got everybody a pretzel, right? Talk about a good day. And we was coming back from court. So they was like, make sure they was gone. So, we gapped the cigarettes up between everybody. Yeah. And they opened the back of that van up and it was just like a black cloud of smoke rolled out the back of it. Then we're in there ready to fight over who's going to take the lighter. You know what I mean? And they're going to search you. So you got to do something with the lighter. And I had a pair of Timbs on at the time. You could still wear your street shoes in. A lot of people don't know the Timbs got a little metal piece in the bottom. Like inside underneath the sole, if you pull your sole out the Tim, there's an arch support made of metal.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck that. So I pulled the insole of my shoe out, took the arch support out, gave it to another dude, and put the lighter in the boot. And that was a good time. And I never really was a big fan of the pretzels, but when you ain't ate them in a while, yeah, they're slamming, man.
It was good.
So Philly Mike, where you from, man? What part of Philly?
I'm from Southwest. I spoke to you a couple times in the comments about. I grew up with your man Brian when we was young, but That
Okay,
was my
you
homie.
was out there when I was out there. You was out there with JJ, James McClay, Jimmy Paul, and all them.
Yeah, I know all them.
You was out
I'm
there,
from down
Doc.
like 65th and Regent, the other side, man.
Yeah, every time.
But
Last
I
time
know
we
Jimmy
came out.
Paul and everybody.
Yeah, last time we came out. Me and Broad came out. We was in the big green excursion, man, with the 23s on it, and
Yeah, yeah.
a whole bunch of shit popped off between JJ and his little brother. Um,
Trooper.
yeah, yeah, and over some shit with that happened. I want to say I don't know. It wasn't Doc because Broad ended up fighting Doc. It was JJ and his cousin had robbed Philly, man. It was just a whole bunch of wrecking. This was like a year or two before James McClay died. You know, he lived right over there off of he lived right across from what's that little ass bar, man? It was right over side Gould Street. I can't think of it right offhand, man.
Oh, what? The Greenway Tavern.
Was it Greenway? It's closed now. They had the little pool tables in there. You go in there and buy the 40s. They had the little small pool tables and the full size pool tables. The Hut.
Oh, the Hut. The Hut.
The Hut. That's what it was. We
Yeah, the
lived.
Hut was on. It was on Greenway, but yeah,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah. And you remember James McClay lived right across. Remember the place he lived in? Like he lived
Yeah,
directly across from the Hut, right there in the alleyway.
the apartments, and you go up
Yep.
to that little alleyway.
Yeah, and I used to tell people, I'm like, his apartment was in an alleyway, and they
Yeah,
couldn't like picture what I'm saying. I'm like, no, you had to dip in the alleyway, and then at the back of the alleyway there was an apartment in the alleyway. But
Damn.
that was the last time I was really up there, man. I was around them, and then when I was knocked, I heard James McClay died, Jimmy Paul died. I talked to JJ not long ago, man. I don't know if you remember JJ. I'm talking about dad was Shellhead.
yeah. I know JJ.
Yeah, so yeah, I
Yeah,
called my
I ain't been down there in a minute now neither. I live in Chester County now. So I
okay,
had to get
good,
up out the hood.
good for you, Stay alive, man. Stay alert, stay alive.
I was
Hell yeah.
born in Allentown.
Yeah, I called my first case out there. Me, Brian, Mike Baker. I
Baker's
called.
my cousin.
Okay, yeah. Tell Baker I said what's up. He knows who I am.
Well,
Hey, Bake had look. This is how crazy it was. We whatever happened that night, right? Dude gets robbed. We take off in opposite directions. Mind you, now we have all been popping Xannies. We've been drinking syrup, a little bit of boat, whatnot. Boom, dude gets robbed. They catch us all in different directions, different areas. They bring us back to the car, and Bake is like, boo, he's boated out his mind. Like, you told on me, bro. They caught me 3 blocks that way. Like, how the hell I tell on you? I'm over here beside a dumpster, taking everything I got in my pocket, stashing it because I know I'm too drunk to get away. I'm going off the pills, so I know. Like, I run out the alley. The cop, she hits me in the nose, boom, with the walkie-talkie, breaks my nose, lays me out. So they bring me to the joint and put me in the back. Bride comes back on the bike to check on us, because I just got to Philly. I ain't really know nobody. And they snatched him up. Me and Baker argued the whole time he was in the back of the cop car. Then when we got to 55th and Pine, they kept us separated. And then we got the CF, some shit transpired there. And I think we talked one time after that. And then I heard that he caught the case. He caught another case before that one. And then he caught this one that I think pretty much laid him down, man.
yeah, the first joint that really put him up when he took the beer distributor owner's truck with the kids in the back. He
Oh
didn't
no, yeah,
realize
on the
they
high
was in
speed
there.
chase with the little Asian kid in the back.
Yeah,
Hey, he
they
drove.
had their truck warming up. He took it. He didn't know the kids was in there.
Yeah, he drove through Southwest in it.
I lived off Tillman in Allentown.
Okay.
Where at?
Off Tillman.
You said in
By the
Allentown?
thrift store. Yeah, by the
Yeah.
thrift store over there.
Yeah, I know somewhere where that's at. I was born on Greenleaf Street down in Allentown.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that's the trenches. Like,
Yeah, that's where I was born at, man. Yeah, man.
So how's
Allentown.
Bake doing now, man?
He's good. He's all right. I mean,
Where's he at?
he's in last time I talked to him, he was still in Delaware County, in
Okay.
Delaware County prison. Then I know I had to go up to Lancaster County because that's where the case was. He had the drug case in Delaware County, and then the murder case or whatever was in Lancaster County.
All that settled now?
I'm not sure. See, I ain't been he hasn't called me in a little minute, but I'm not sure. From what somebody told me, that was that he got convicted of it, but I think
Yeah,
he
that's
might.
what I had seen, but I don't know for sure, so I don't really want to speak on it. I know he gets a lot of love, man. He got the attention of OT the Real, and that's a big deal, man.
Yeah, that was his man. That was his homie.
OT the
They
Real
they
is
were
like,
sellies. They were sellies.
oh, so that makes sense. Well, it was up Camp Hill. Either
Yeah,
Camp Hill or Greater for one of the two.
yeah, one of them places. I know that. Yeah, they was homies. He was when he was home for that little while. He was with OT every day. He's actually in the one OT video.
I seen it.
The Kicks
Yeah,
USA John.
yeah. You talking about the young boys keep your money in your pocket?
Yeah,
You know what's
yeah,
crazy? I had that playing in my car, right? And I got the TV deck or whatever, but I had it playing in the car, and I didn't even see his face, but I heard his voice. No bullshit. I heard his voice. You know, Mike's got a very distinct voice.
yeah.
I heard his voice and like, "You young boys, when I was coming up, you kept your money in your pocket," and I'm like, "Yo, the fuck." So I run it back and I actually look and I'm like, "Yo, that's Bake, man." My
Yeah,
homeboy's like,
he's
"What?"
in the music video too of the Kicks USA one when they're standing on the train tracks. He has
Okay,
the
I see.
white
I didn't even
pants
know
on.
that. I just seen the one where he had like, I guess, an Instagram post that OT the Real had put on the Sus and Bake album.
Yeah, yeah,
OT, shout out to OT, man. OT is killing it, man. Highly
yeah,
underrated.
definitely
The boy
is.
is a
What up,
monster.
Mr. Diddy?
Definitely is. He's killing it.
Well, it's good to hear you made it out of Philly, man. Not a lot of dudes do. As they were like when we started off the conversation, it started off with like 70% of the people we ran with are now gone. Um, and that's just common out there. That's why when people ask, "Do I go back to Philly?" I say, "For what?"
Yeah, I try not to even go down. I lived there my whole life. I try to stay out. Only time
Yeah,
I go there is to visit family.
that's it. That's it. And when Bry gets out, um, he just got shit, man. He's been wrecking a lot, like a whole lot of fighting. He was at a place where it was like he was at this place called Indian Creek where it was a YO camp. Most of the dudes there were like between the ages of 17 and 22. And you already know he's a hothead.
Yeah,
So I'm talking, he was wrecking 7, 8 times a day. And that's not for the internet. That's the truth. Like he was wrecking with broken bones in his hands. And he had took some teeth out of a dude's mouth, man. Like shit got real up there real fast. And you know it's bad when they ship you because everybody else is scared of you. So the rest of
yeah,
the
that's crazy.
compound got him up off there,
That's
man. And
crazy.
now he's at Sussex. He's laid back. He's bidding. Got a couple more years, and he'll be home, man. But
Yeah,
I
it definitely
definitely wish
sounds
we
like. I
know
mean,
what's up, man.
I haven't talked to Bryce since we was young, since before he even moved out to Virginia the first time. But before that, we was together every day. We was homies when we was young bucks. I used to stay in his house all the time, that corner house on Doro Street.
Yeah, right on the corner of the door, right across from the park.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. His pop used to call me Mayor. That was my.
Oh yes. Oh, rest in peace, Jimmy, man. Yeah. That was a
Yeah,
great thing about Bride's house. You could come out and then you could cut straight down the steps and go straight over to the bleachers. You know what I mean?
yep,
Like
yep.
he did have the great house right on. Then right down from door, you had Carol. And that's where everybody like Shawnee and all them would always be posted up on Carroll Street. Jimmy
Yeah,
Paul's sister, I think Jimmy Paul's sister lived on Carroll Street. Trying to think who
yeah,
else. It was a couple
yeah.
people lived
You
out
know
there.
where Jimmy Paul's pop lived at? That's the neighborhood where I lived in, down there off of
Okay,
Cobb's
down
Creek.
in the bottom.
Yeah.
Down in the bottom. Yeah, we used to have to come through the basement, man. Jimmy Paul's pops wasn't feeling that shit. You know, he'd snap all the way out. Oh, yeah, he'd snap all the fucked way out. Be trying to, you know what I mean? Act crazy on it. Come in the basement, everybody freeze up, get quiet, and try to creep out the door real quick.
Yes, it was good old days. Shit, I wish there was a neighborhood like how Southwest used to be. I would like to raise my kids in an area like that, but I mean, nothing
Hey,
compares to how it used to be.
no, it was real, man. I loved it. I came out there and they embraced me immediately. We got to fighting as soon as we got out there, right? And I think that's what set the tone. Is I hadn't been there a full 5 minutes. Me, Bri, Jimmy Paul, and Shawnee was walking down the block, and we caught some wreck with some dudes. And I didn't know Shawnee, didn't know Jimmy Paul, and like just I'm feeding off of the energy of what these dudes got going on, and I can tell like this is op status. So I'm like, fuck it. Bang! I take off on dude, right? And we rumble the dudes and they end up running. And from there, it was like I was locked in. It was like, oh no, you belong with us. You know what I mean? Like you're sure enough here. And then it was a thing where we like, and you can vouch, man. We fought daily. Like
Yeah, there
there
was.
were times we fought each other, but if you came from outside Southwest, anywhere, you know, in between like, especially in between like 68th and 71st, oh, we were smashing you out. We were smashing you out.
Yeah, it was. People used to rumble all day in
Oh,
Southwest
that's
every
what we
day,
do.
and it'd be
Knuckle up.
wasn't no gang shit. It was just different blocks. Just what you mean?
Yeah,
Would
we
wreck with
went.
other blocks.
I mean, we went all the way up to 71st one time. We actually was up there with what's the boy that was rap Brinks. We
Jimmy
went up there.
Brinks.
Yeah, Brinks was up there, and he had just caught the bus, man, and he got off on 71st. And we went up there to meet with him, and we got into it with some dudes up there. And one of my last like good memories in Philly was the night Brinks performed. He had just dropped that song with The Game, Pipe Down, and we went and met The Game. And after that, me, Brinks, his man Pizzo, if you know who Pizzo is,
Yeah.
we had a good night, man. And it was like the next day I got locked up, and that was it.
I remember Jimmy. I remember Brinks. He used to live right across the street from Bryce Pop.
Yeah, and then he moved. He moved out to South Philly. Got his mama a place after his pops died, and I went out there a couple times. It was all right. We catch the L out there because it was a little trip, and yeah. But Brinks, man, Brinks was definitely killing it. He was another that was underrated that missed his calling. Hoping
Yeah, I
that don't
remember.
happen with OT, man.
Remember they had the stickers all over
Oh,
Southwest. Who the fuck is Jimmy
who's Jimmy
Brinks?
Brinks? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and nobody knew it was a white dude at first. You know what I mean? He had that raspy ass voice, and when they found out that it was a white dude that had ties to Aftermath Records and this and that and The Game, he was like, "What? It's a white boy out of Philly rapping like that?" And he was, man. He was killing it. He was on. He was tapped in with the non-brigade thing. You know what I mean?
yeah, yep.
Like everybody's listening. That's that Philly talk, man. My bad. I'm over here talking with Philly Mike, man. Everybody else is like, I don't know what the fuck they talking about. I'm scrolling through my phone right now.
That shit like listening to something on the History Channel, honestly.
It was a good time, man. It's one of those things like our neighborhood, you knew who would get down and who wouldn't. But for the most part, there wasn't many of us out there that wouldn't get down. Now you had some boys out there that hit much harder. Like Jimmy Paul was known for knocking dudes out and cleaning their clocks. Like you knew if you had to fight him. Yeah, you knew if you had to fight him that like you better try to get your thing off before he puts that meat hook on you, because chances are you're gonna wake up and not know the fight has even started. And then you're gonna have to walk around with your eye, you know what I mean, with the big meat pack eye for 2 weeks, because I've seen him do some serious damage to dudes. Like we fight crowds of dudes and the crowd starts getting smaller, and it's because he's knocking them out with every hit. He's just swinging, and there's like 6 dudes on the ground. I'm like, damn, I'm glad he's with us.
I remember he hit the boy on New Year's on 2nd Street. Shawnee was about to rumble this old head, and Jimmy Paul just hit him, buckled dude's knees. He's on the ground snoring, literally.
Yeah. Hey man, Shawnee stayed stirring some shit up too, man.
Yeah, he was like that his whole life, even when he was a kid.
As soon as we got there, man, like after the first fight, we got into another fight. Shawnee was walking down the street by the school, and he was running the stick down the fence. And dude come out and was like, "Hey, get the stick off the fence." And Shawnee picked up a hubcap, like out the gutter, and threw that bitch like a frisbee and hit dude in the forehead. And the dude like falls back, and there's 2 beat cops coming around the corner, like, "Hey!" And we just take off running on them. And I'm like, "Man, come on, man! I ain't been here 30 minutes. We done got to rumbling. Old boy just got knocked out with a hubcap. The cops are chasing me. Like, I'm probably gonna end up in jail." And 5 days later, I caught that case with Bri and with your cousin Mike that sent me up on my first one, man. And I think Bake had just come off. That was 99. That was the summer of 99. I think he had just came off that high-speed stolen car case. The man stole a truck, and there was a kid in the back in the car seat. And he didn't know. Like, can you imagine? Like, you see a car running, you run up and hop in it, and he's driving, and he said he looked back, and there's this little Asian kid in the car seat just looking at him like,
"Who are you?"
And he was like, "Oh shit!" So he whipped the car over, got the kid in the car seat out, sat the kid in the car seat out, hopped back in the whip, and took off.
Yeah, they was closing the store, so they had their shit warming up. They wouldn't sell him no alcohol, so he took their truck.
I remember he
Oh
told me
shit.
about it. Everybody's like, man, Bake come to the neighborhood riding in the stolen whip with like 10 cop cars behind him, hanging out the window, talking about something. What's up, though?
Yeah, he's waving, hitting the horn and shit.
Everybody's looking at him drive down the block with like 10 cop cars behind him doing 20 miles an hour. You
Yeah,
know what
he's
I mean?
laughing.
Laughing, screaming out the window with the music blasting and the Johnny, and they're just looking like, this dude's crazy, man.
Yeah, he's throwed off.
He was, man. The night everything popped off. He said it, like, I'm gonna get in details, but he's definitely about it, man. He's a force to be reckoned with, and he'll do okay no matter what happens, man. He's built for it, tough. He'll take care of himself, man.
Yeah, I mean, he just did 16, and then when he was just home for a little while, he was doing good, working every day. He was staying with his mom and his pop, and him and his mom went through something, and he had moved out, and that's when he caught them new cases.
So I tell people,
Mm.
man, stay away from people, man. Stay at home. Stay
Exactly.
at home. Call your homeboy on the phone. If he starts talking about wanting to do this and do that, hang up, man. I hung out, and you know what hanging out did, man? It laid me down for a long time. I don't hang out no more. I'm done with those days. I let the young boys hang out and they go do their bids. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
I ain't got no more beer than me. I can tell you that. That shit over with.
Yeah, nah, I ain't got nothing. In me, I'm too old for that shit. I like being able to come home and lay on my couch.
Yeah, it's a good feeling, man. Especially you say you out where in Chester now?
I'm in Chester County. I'm in Downingtown.
I mean, we used to go out there to steal four wheelers and shit. That's what we used to tell people to get their four wheelers and steal the dirt bikes. That same area.
Yeah, it's definitely different from Philly than Philly, but it's only it's like half hour from Philly from Southwest.
You ever miss Philly, man? Or do you? I'm not gonna say miss Philly. Do you miss the old days in Philly?
I definitely do. That's what I was saying. I wish there was a neighborhood like that. That I would like to raise my kids in a neighborhood like that. Shit, definitely make a man out of you.
Yeah, man. Because when I like the difference between, I mean, just in 5 years, from what it was like in '99, and then when I returned in 2004, it was completely different. Like it was a whole new world. Like like some blocks would be like you had people that had lived out there forever, and I come back, and Bry's dad's house burned down. You know that, right? The house on the corner of Dorset.
Yeah, yeah,
It burned down, and then Philly was locked up, so the city took it. Man, his dad died, and that should have been his house, but because he was locked up and couldn't sign the papers, they took his house from him.
Damn.
Um, so he lost his pop's house, it was sad that he lost his dad, but then he lost his dad's house as well. And
Damn.
I heard they redid it and everything. But when we went back out there in '04, I linked up with JJ and them and Lil J and all them, and that's when Philly got to rumbling with Doc out front of Jimbo McClay's house. It was a different atmosphere, man. Like the oxys that hit, and everybody had kind of like everybody wasn't trying to get weed no more, nothing like that. Dudes was on some other stuff. So the whole feel was just real grimy. Even when it came to like, and rest in peace to Jimmy Paul, man. But even when it came to Jimmy Paul, he always had a little bit of griminess with him. I'm not gonna say a little bit. He was grimy. This is my dude, man. Like, but he was grimy. But when we came back in 2004, after 5 years had passed, like some dudes like Doc, EJ and them, they went on to get jobs and do good for themselves. And the dudes that weren't doing good were doing really bad. Like really,
yeah,
really bad. Like
yeah,
go in your pockets while you're sleeping bad, or try to take your shoes off your feet if you eat too many Zans type bad. You know what I mean?
yeah. Them perks and shit. I mean, they took a toll on some people.
And it wasn't the perks at first; it was the Zans. When I left, I got on the case with Baker. I caught 11.5 to 23. Right, that was in '99, May of '99, May 9th, like a couple days before my mom's birthday, the day before Bride's birthday. We caught that case, so they sentenced me 11.5 23. Same with Baker, 11.5 23, and we did all that in the F. And so once I get out, boom, I bounce back to VA. I come back, I get locked up in '04 several different times. Made my way through, back to 55th and Pine, through the Pine Box, CSCF, House of Corrections. It was a whole different world. Just being out Southwest, it was a whole different world. I remember in the '90s, if you drop some trash on the ground, the old heads would be like, "Hey man, pick that up." You know what I mean? Don't be throwing shit on the ground. They'd be out there sweeping the sidewalk. When I came through in '04, it was just dirty.
Yeah,
It was a different type of dirty. the park went from like having blunt guts and stuff on the ground to having like empty, you know, baggies of other stuff and
syringes and shit.
orange towel. Yep, I was gonna say it, and syringes, and it went from having the pretty chicks that we remembered out there pushing their kids around in the baby strollers to like tricks out there that, you know, straight smoker status out at Finnegan Park, man.
We call them Woodland Warriors.
Yeah, Woodland Warriors, man. But it changed fast, and I can't see no reason to ever want to go back, man. Never. And I don't last out Philly, man. I'm hot headed, and Philly's not a place you're gonna run around and be hot headed for so long before they put handcuffs on you. It's just too many cops lurking in the shadows and too many opportunities to get locked up. And I don't never last out there. I've done more time in Philly. JJ was telling me this other day. He's like, man, I was born and raised in Philly. He's like, you done been through 55th and Pine. You've been through the Roundhouse, House of Corrections, CFCF, PIC, Adult Detention Center. He's like, you done made your way through all the joints out here in Philly. And I've been out here my whole life. And
State
ain't seen
road.
all that. The whole state road. So it's just what it is, man. Hold on, what the book for y'all?
My
I
shit
lost
tripping.
somebody. So AZ, what's good with you tonight, man?
Oh man, I'm just chilling, man.
Off work tonight?
What's that?
I see you off work.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I did. I worked where my morning job, and then did Grubhub till about like 8 o'clock.
Word.
So
I'm off today, so I'm gonna enjoy that.
yeah, definitely.
Body feels like that bitch got ran over by a steamroller.
Yeah, that's how I be
Yeah, I
feeling
just read on the time jump an hour.
every morning. Feel like I can't even. My bones is hurting and everything.
It gets
Mhm.
worse, man. The older you get, you don't heal as fast, man. You really feel it, like you know you're starting to get up in age when that first minute and a half in the morning of getting out of bed is kind of a struggle. Where you got to sit up on the side of the bed and just kind of post up there for a minute.
Yep.
Yeah, I be
Because you
like
know,
hunched over and everything, trying to
yeah,
make it to
you
the
know, the next
bathroom.
step is like you got to stand up and stretch and crack
Mhm.
your
Oh
back.
yeah.
That's when you know it's catching up with you.
Yep.
Or you start to feel pain and you ain't been injured. I ain't like, why the fuck is this
I was
hurting
just telling
so
my wife
bad?
that
Like,
the
I
other
ain't do
night.
nothing.
Every
This
bone in my
shit.
body hurts.
Yeah, I ain't do nothing here. Why does this hurt?
And I'm only 40.
Oh yeah.
But hey, AJ, I'm gonna head out, bro.
All right, AZ, I
Appreciate you
appreciate you.
having me on.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you up
Hey,
tomorrow so we can go over the topic.
all right, sounds good, bro. Salute to the panel, you guys. You guys all have a good one.
Have a good night,
Yeah,
man.
AZ, you
If y'all
too.
don't
Have a
know,
good
this
night,
AZ
bro.
Ruction. Y'all make sure y'all go check AZ out, man. Good people.
Yo, Jay, I got a random question. How's
Yeah.
how's Big Max doing?
He's good, man. A good friend of mine, Robert, has him. Max is about 210. Max is a double XL blue bully. He is massive, and he could not stay with me no more because he took massive double XL bully shits in my house. Like I have two small dogs, and when I got Max, Max was 13 months. Max was well over 100 pounds. He was a big dog then. I've got some pictures on my Instagram. If you go check, you see Max's dad, and Max's dad looks like a horse. Like, I
Yeah, I
mean,
just seen that the other day. That dog
yes,
is massive.
I mean, it's insane that it's a dog. And Zebby, for y'all that don't know, Zebby does the bullies, man. Zebby, you
Yeah.
got to go look on my Instagram at Max and then Max's dad. I mean, dude is standing up with Max's dad, standing up, and the father. And this isn't exaggerations on the weight. The father was 220, 230, and these are double XL. So you know,
Yeah.
it's a bully times a bully times a bully. So
Oh
you've
yeah,
got
that's
the
crazy.
wideness, but just like the overall hugeness of the dog. But Max is doing good, man. He's at a good place. I got a good friend, Robert. Anytime I would get locked up, Robert would take my dogs, man. He would always make sure my dogs were taken care of because I was always big into the pit bulls. And I've been locked up and had 3, 4 dogs at one time. And so all my dogs would, during my bids, would live out their lives to their last days, good lives. And Robert would bury them. He's got a spot out at his house where he got his house from his dad. It kind of run down, but it's his, man. And he's got a bunch of my dogs buried out there. And one of his dogs had just passed. So I took him Max, and well, Max loves it, man. He's like, that dog is intimidating. He's like, I'll be walking. You got to think this is the middle of the hood too, so you know it's a black dude. Black dudes ain't messing with no dogs like that, and that's not a stigma. That's not a
That's just a
stereotype.
fact. That's a
Like
fact.
I've
Yeah.
walked Max and had dudes that were 6'5" jump on cars. I've had guys with
I've had the
guns
same
on.
thing happen.
Guys with
Yo,
guns.
I'm crossing the street if I seen you with Max. I'm
Yeah,
not lying. Like
I'm talking about dudes
switching.
that got the holster on their side with the 30 in it, like take off. You got a 30. And they see the dog and they're like, yo, I'm like, hey, he ain't doing nothing. Like, nah, he's a good dog. Nah, I'm not messing with him. Just a
Yeah.
big dog, but he's well taken care of, man. He's fed, sleeps where he wants to, because you're not gonna tell him any different. He like
No.
he weasels his way up in the bed slowly, like slowly. He creeps. He'll put his paw up, then he'll
Yeah.
put his other paw, then he'll like slowly army crawl. And the next thing you know, he'll stretch his legs out, and you'll be
Yeah.
pushed all the way to the edge of the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's my pet. He take up more room in the bed than me and my wife do.
Oh yeah.
I stopped doing the pits, man. I get too attached to them. So we got little dogs now, man, and I don't even like the little dogs, but they're cool, man. I just couldn't. When I had to get rid of Max, and my wife has an allergy to dogs, like she's allergic to them, so that's just like I got to choose the dog or choose my wife. And I've had so many pits that I let down that I made sure Max had a good home. I know I could have a dog and keep him 15, 16 years. I don't live that life no more. But it was just time for me to leave that alone and pass on, man. Pick up a new image, you know. So now you might see me pull up at a red light with a little black poodle on the side in the passenger seat, or a teacup Yorkie in my lap, looking ugly. That dog is so ugly. He just be sitting there. Like my wife called her mom. My wife called her mom on screen time. I was like, "Look at the puppy." She was like, "Oh, he looks awful. What did you do to him?"
Oh man.
Like she had cut his hair. She's like, he looks terrible. Oh my god. Like she tried to buzz him with the beard trimmer, so he's got like splotches missing off of him. Like dog looks like he's got mange. He's got a long ear with hair on it, and then a hair that looks like a rat ear. Like I bring him downstairs, but it's embarrassing.
I ain't gonna front. Them little dogs do be ugly. I ain't even gonna lie.
And loud. Like, you know what? If them little dogs were big, they would kill the world.
Yeah.
Like a Chihuahua. If you made a 300-pound Chihuahua, hide the children, lock the doors. Them little dogs are the most mean. Pit bulls, for the most part, they're not making no noise, man. Unless you round them up or something, they'll make some noise. If somebody's in the yard, they'll make some noise. Them little dogs go off for bird tweets outside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My little dogs have attacked pit bulls, and the pit bull be stepping on them like, and they're like, hang, it's serious, like trying to
little
protect
dogs
me.
are psycho.
Yeah, if you can make a 300-pound Chihuahua, you got something. Like you could lock the game down.
Right.
Straight up. Little Ren and Stimpy looking ass dog would murder the world, man.
Oh yeah.
Well, look, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. It's late, man. It's been a pleasure. Damn, it is 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Time jumped, man. Time jumped.
It
Oh,
sure
it did tonight?
Yeah. I just looked up 5 minutes ago, and the clock on my wall said 2:15, but my phone said 3:15.
Oh, what it
And
lead
then I
forward?
checked my Xbox to make sure. My Xbox said 3:15.
Yeah, no, it definitely jumped ahead because when I hit up Jake, it was 1:30, and then I just looked at the clock and I was like, "Damn, no way! I did not."
I didn't even know.
hit him
I didn't even know that was. I didn't know that was tonight.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Well, it makes me feel better, man. I don't feel like all crazy just looking down and seeing 3:20 in the morning, man.
Yeah.
Shit. Now I'm tight. I didn't have work tonight. That would have been an hour less, and I still would have been paid.
So what does that mean, man? Does that mean I'm all messed up tomorrow when I wake up? Did I get sleep? Did I lose sleep? Like,
you
lost an hour, but if you off anyway, it shouldn't really make a difference.
Oh, it's gonna make a difference because Monday's coming. It's gonna make a big
Oh
difference.
yeah. Monday's gonna make a difference. Get an extra hour tomorrow.
I will look. Hey, tell Bake I said what's up, man. Tell him I said hold his head. I'm gonna keep him in my prayers, man. And
I definitely will.
Yeah, hit me on Instagram if he needs anything, man.
All right, I appreciate you having me on here, man.
Always, man. I'm glad to have you on. You know what the buck.
Salute, big dog.
All right, y'all have a good night.
Yeah,
All y'all have a
you
good night,
too.
man.
You too. Appreciate you.
All right, Zebby.
All right, bro. I'll
How
see you.
you
Thanks
been?
for
You
having me.
good?
Yeah, I'm good. It's been
I see you taking off, man. I see you.
yeah, I'm getting ready, bro. I'm getting ready. I'm gonna get this whole setup going
Give you
and
some advice.
go time.
You need to post. You
Yeah.
need to post.
Yeah, no, definitely.
If you've got their attention and you're not putting your content out there as quick as it comes, it'll go.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
the fire has started. The only way it's going to keep burning is if you add to it, man.
Yep. I got that new setup,
All right,
so
well,
we're
look.
ready to go. Much love, bro. I appreciate it. Chat. Appreciate everybody.
Hey, as always, man, thank you. Hey, to the chat, to all of y'all, thank y'all. I love y'all. We will catch y'all on the next one. Y'all know what it is, man. Salute.
Salute, bro.